You gotta add an apple.
What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel reserved for the best. Welcome, everybody, to hip hop and comics. This is Sixth Element of hip hop. I am Reno Noir, your host, and that thing that with the S on it, that's Stu Dog. That's the co-host right there. We chopping.
Yo. Get it popping today.
Yeah, we got a couple homies. We got a couple homies might chill with us today, man, from the Full Blast tribe back in the day. Some old school homies. That'll be cool. Wise, the La Kid might show up. And we'll see about Cooks and maybe even DJ Tiger. But for now, it's us. It's Reno and Stu. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We talking about Punisher right now. What's going on? He's looking. The creator says the symbol can be reclaimed, but the hero needs a reboot. Punisher co-creator Jerry Conway says, he says the Marvel Comics character symbol can be reclaimed, but it probably needs a reboot.
I think the reboot. I think is wrong. I think he's wrong about that. And the idea that he has for it, I think is no. I don't think we need an African American Punisher in the ghetto fighting crime. Like all Marvel superheroes start out African American superheroes, and they start out in the ghetto fighting crime in the ghetto. That's just boring.
Right. Why can't we have an African American superhero that is like the Huxtables? He might be.
Now that'd be fly. That'd be fly.
You know what I mean? He might be like a rich, like a Bruce Wayne type, Tony Stark type. But why he can't be black? Why is it that always the black characters they either got to be poor, from the hood, or criminals, crime bosses? But you don't never see no like wealthy, hedge fund guy or whatever. Like where's the what I mean?
Not from the grip. Like look at Icon. He started out as a slave, and then in modern day times he's like a billionaire, had a CEO of a company. He's not even the head. He works for the company. You know what I mean? And they kind of got like a same thing with hardware. He's like, he was like in charge of R&D, and he's like Lucius Fox.
Right. And then you got Lucius Fox. And then you got Lucius Fox's son, who is the next Batman, the Black Batman, doing it poor style, doing it low tech, doing what he can because he's not a billionaire.
Yeah, and I think that's a mistake, man. I like the Punisher character, the Punisher brand. All Marvel got to do is just put it out, make a dope movie. The thing's already the logo's already trademarked. Just make it dope. I mean, I know people walk around with Spider-Man masks on and do all kind of trash. They walk around with Captain America. It's the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. You can't say, because it was down at the January 6th, insurrection, that all of a sudden now it's a bad thing. Nah, you can't say that. Because we can go down there dressed as Spider-Man. We can go down there dressed as Thor. We can all have Thor hammers. You know what I mean? But now, so what, we gonna reboot Thor now and try to reclaim the hammer? All right, it's
Wise.
Y'all,
what's good, homie?
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man. Like, look at the rapper being late.
Typical.
I know, right? My bad.
Now we was just chopping it up, man. Just talking about the new Punisher. So what we getting at is legendary writer Jerry Conway believes the Punisher should be rebooted into something new, while Marvel can reclaim his iconic skull logo from the far right extremists. Because that's another thing, though, Stu. The Punisher logo that you're talking about it's a white supremacist symbol now. Like they use that, like that's their white power. You know what I mean? Like
Bro, when I was in the
funky little.
military, they was spray painting that joint on Hummers.
Well, yeah, that's see now,
Mhm.
and I think it came from that. First, it was soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Just like coming through with a symbol that would strike fear in the hearts of the Taliban's or whoever. But right wing extremists, they often borrow from the military for their symbology and their ways. But uh, you know, in an interview, the anti-hero's co-creator, the guy that co-created Punisher, admitted that it's probably time for the Punisher to evolve into something different as well. He offered his opinion on what he'd like to see the character transform into. However, when it comes to Frank Castle's logo, he wants to see it reclaimed from its current use as a symbol of real-world hatred and division. Marvel's handling of the symbol has come under renewed focus after its use at 2021's attack on the Capitol in Washington. And the Punisher is one of Marvel's most notable characters, having some fan favorite of many comic readers since debuting in Amazing Spider-Man number 129. That dope issue with the target with the reticle on the front of the cover, phenomenal cover, and a great key issue. The first appearance of Punisher, co-created by Jerry Conway and John Romita Sr. and Ross Andrew. The Punisher is a former Marine who, after the murder of his family during a mob shootout, abandons his moral code and the law to wage lethal war against all those he sees responsible, which is why the Marines use that symbol at first. That's how it first came into their whatever. But the Punisher's lethal, lawless approach hasn't stopped his symbol being unofficially invoked by military and law enforcement personnel, and the skull logo has become increasingly linked to far-right politics. Conway has attempted to reclaim the Punisher's logo in the past with his Skulls of Justice campaign, which redesigned the logo with all proceeds going to Black Lives Matter. Now, Marvel is altering the logo for a much publicized upcoming story, and the symbol's future is unclear. Conway recently appeared on the Endless Threads podcast, the Punisher Skull episode, with a transcript available from 99% Invisible, where he talked about his attempts to reclaim the Punisher logo and his hopes for the anti-hero of the future. Conway expresses that the Punisher is an anti-hero, an enemy of society, right? With his stories generally depicting him contrary to the way in which the symbol is often invoked, and describes Frank Castle as a Rorschach test who interprets the time in which he's written through that lens. But Conway said there will be a time when Marvel reboots the character, sharing that he would prefer the Punisher to become a black veteran who comes back from the war and faces real-world issues. Talk about the Skulls for Justice campaign. Talking about the Skulls for Justice, Conway said that he hopes the original Punisher logo can still be reclaimed, but if it can't, sticking your finger in the eye of the bad guys has always been a good deal. Quote, calling the campaign and funds raised a pretty fuck you to people who deserve to have a fuck you. Conway co-created the Punisher and is obviously disheartened by seeing the anti-hero's logo he helped popularize used as a symbol of hatred and division. While the skull logo might be able to be reclaimed one day, Marvel Comics continues to face criticism for its lack of response to the anti-hero's cultural impact, and it's seemingly is seemingly taking action in the upcoming Prestige series by Jason Aaron, Jesus Says, Paul Azteca, and Dave Stewart, where the Punisher will sport a new logo and seemingly pursue a new mission involving the villainous cult known as the Hand. Time will tell if Frank Castle's Punisher symbol will be reclaimed or whether the character and his logo will be turned into something new entirely. Now, I mean, obviously, guys, we gotta. There's ways we can look at this, right? Because in one aspect, like we always talk about, them changing characters and whatnot, trying to, appease to, certain political, parties or Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, whoever it may be, and they're changing characters' races and sexual orientations and all of this. And generally, just making bad comics and bad writing because that's all they focused on. That's all they focused on was, the diversity push. And they didn't even, there was no story behind it. There was nothing good. There was nothing deep and rich that made sense. In this case, though, what do you guys think? Like, because we don't want them doing that. Like, it's like stick to the source material, write good content. If it's diversity, let it be natural. But in this case, what do you think? Maybe this is one that they might, that they should change up.
I don't. What is it like? Is it the question of if it need to be a Black Lives Matter Punisher, like the whole change?
Not Black Lives Matter, but making him a black man. And I don't know what they're talking to make the logo into, how they're gonna change it, but making him a black man in the ghetto, fighting crime in the hood, like.
Nah. I don't need. We don't need comic. I don't need the comic books to change, like, for it to be a black man and fighting in the hood and stuff. I think if anything, they should just create a new character. If that's the case, to like go into that direction and address those issues through the comic books. But I don't want the Punisher to change and be that now. Like, that's not necessary.
That's how we think about it too on this show, man. We talk about it all the time. Like, don't change the character for that shallow, whatever. Make a new character. If you really trying to be diverse and really make new characters that aren't white men or whatever you trying to, whatever you going for, make new characters. But in this case,
they're
trying to take the Punisher away from white supremacists is what they want to do. And making him black would just take that symbol away from them.
Listen, take him away. You could write a whole comic about how, let's just say, they got the drop on Punisher, right? White supremacist group, and they got him, and then he just went all out war on them to let them know that, look,
yes,
I'm not one of y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. Like, you can do that, and then let him know, and he can express his hate for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? For that whole thing and that whole movement. But to put him in the
hood, him and Luke Cage could run through.
Because you gotta look at it like this, and this is just me. Okay, you already got enough black on black crime. So, like, Punisher, he's a vigilante. He kills the bad guys. That's what he does.
Right.
I had a comic one time where he killed all the bad guys, and he was surrounded by the police. He threw his guns down, put his hands up. It's like, I don't fight cops. I don't fight, especially good ones. And he said, he just put his hands. He said, they could take me away, but I'm gonna get out. But they could take me away from now. And that's
so
what
if they make him a black man,
Punisher goes to jail. It's black on black crime. So now he got to go in there and kill more black people.
He's murdering black dudes, right?
Yeah, you got black people already, and then he go in there as a black man. It's not a good outlook. Not saying that what Punisher does is a vigilante, because you got to understand, Punisher's just a vigilante. Like, it's just whether he's black, white, Puerto Rican, it don't even matter. He just is a vigilante, right? He's just a straight vigilante. So his fight against crime is bigger than the local street dealer, the street corner dealer, or you know what I mean, or the guy selling crack on the corner. His fight's bigger than that. You know what I mean? So he goes after the guy that's supplying the street corner deal. I mean, he goes after the mob bosses. You know what I mean? He goes after like, how you'll have a Vice team going there and they'll be doing months of undercover work. Punisher, like, I'm going into the night and it's gonna be over. And it's gonna be over within 24 hours. Like, that's how Punisher get down.
And his main villain, his main like enemy is the mob, the Italian mob. That's who set him off.
Right.
That was always
I just think it's not. Yeah. Like Luke Cage, I used to read his comics and they were boring. He in the hood fighting gangs. He like, this dude got all these superpowers. And and that's all he can do. Like, you can't give me a superpower villain for him to fight. Like, man, like, that was just crazy, bro.
Right. He always fighting purse snatchers and crack dealers.
Yeah. Same thing with Falcon. Remember Falcon? It was the same thing.
Yeah. So basically, he was a bully. He was Debo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because
they shooting at him. Luke Cage just walked through the bullets, picking him out of his shirt. Like, just bought this. You know what I
I think
mean?
what a lot of I think white America don't, white America don't really understand, like, in the hood, like, we got dope dealers, we got, whoever, but it's just people trying to make it in the world in the best way that they are able to, right? These are not villains. These ain't bad guys, right? This is your cousin, your uncle, your brother, your friend, your neighbor. So for us, and especially for black people to have a black character come in the hood and just be beating up the people in the hood, it's like white America, the writers who make those stories, they're not really getting that concept. And I think bringing the Punisher in the hood to be, straight up murdering, because that, like you said, man, that's what he do. He murder fools. That's what he does. Like, he's killing people. Now, and you hit it on the head, Stu. You said it better than I've thought about it, and that's what we need to have. Punisher just tearing up some neo-Nazi shit, just finding the white supremacists.
Yeah.
Because they came, they do something to him, they set him off, whatever. Or maybe he just sees them using his logo and he's like, look,
Right, that's what I'm saying. He could,
not
yeah,
one
you
of
could do
y'all.
a whole joint where he'd be like, I'm
Word.
about to take my logo back. These jokers, yeah, that ain't what the skulls.
But
And then you could do a whole story where he explained what the skulls stand for.
But here's the thing: you don't think it'll be doing too much if we just attack that issue, address that issue through that comic? Because I remember when after 9/11, there was an issue with Spider-Man standing at Ground Zero. It went right at the issue, right at what it was.
Right.
They wasn't like they didn't try to like be like, oh, you too young to be like, no, you seen this tragedy. They went right at the tragedy through Spider-Man. Like he was beat. If I'm not mistaken, he was going at some at the Muslims. Like I,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, but I know like that was a big. I still remember that cover when it came out. Like everybody was like, wow, like they really gonna address it through the comic. They're not gonna like go around it. They're going right to the situation with 9/11 when the towers went down for us in New
Mm-hmm.
York. So like maybe they could just have him go right at the issue. Like, nah, I'm not with this racism. It's
Yeah.
not. It shouldn't be in the comics either.
Well, if their goal is to, they're gonna make their goal, like they want to make a comic, they want to make Punisher and reclaim the symbol and take it from the right wing extremists, and they're gonna do that. Their way they're gonna do that is by making him black and just make him a black character. So
Now, to
since they're
me, that's
doing
like
that
giving up.
anyway, it would
Right.
be
To me, that's
better
like
to
giving
leave
up.
him white and tell them other white people we not down with that. Because
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
saying that a white dude
Yeah.
can't be anti-left or right
Mm-hmm.
wing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like he can't go after the KKK. And he can't go after
Mm-hmm.
right, supremacist groups. Like he just can't go after them. You
Right.
know what I mean? You're right. And that's the
So
problem. The
instead, let's
problem
have him
is
go
that
kill some black people.
right. The problem is in today's society is that everybody wants to be politically correct, but nobody wants to say the right things
Yeah,
that
because they're afraid to
is
say the
correct.
wrong thing.
Right, right. So like, and then you got a lot of people that are like lowly educated that don't really understand,
Mm-hmm.
politics and things that's going on. Like when Trump got elected for president, you had jokers running around really thinking like, oh, he should be king. He should never be out of presidency. He should. That's not what democracy stands for.
Yeah,
Like
like, come on.
that's an insult to every soldier that ever fought for
Fought.
democracy and
Yep.
died in
Mm.
World
Died.
War One, World War Two, Vietnam, Korea. You know what I mean? The first Iraq War, all that. That's an insult to them because they're out there protecting democracy and what it stands for. And now
Right.
here you go saying we elected this guy, and now he pushing his agenda because that's all it really is. When people say right, left, far left, when they say conservative, liberal, all that is just different groups that's pushing their agenda.
Yep.
That's it. It's all if you either a Democrat or Republican, and that's it.
And
That's
some people
all life
believe
is.
like that this, that two-party system was a very devious and sly way for the government to control the people by dividing them. Let's make this blue and red. You this or you that. You donkey or elephant. You Republic,
Nah,
Democrat, black,
nah,
white,
it did.
conservative, liberal. They
Listen,
drew a line. Come on, bro. This country is
not really.
divided
No,
more than it
when it
ever has
first,
been.
no, when it first, no, when they first wrote the Constitution, right, and all that first got kicked off. The
Mhm.
problem wasn't division because they were united. They just didn't always agree on certain issues. So you had the Republicans and the Democrats. They didn't have a symbol until later on when America got established.
Why have these
That's when they
parties
killed
though?
the donkey in the elevator. Well, it wasn't really a party like we look at today. They just were like, all right, they just had their views, and that was it. And when we broke away from England, the problem was in England there were no parties. It was just what the
Right,
Queen and the King
right,
said. And that was it. And you didn't get
hmm
no other, Parliament.
right.
They could talk about it, but they were created later because people don't realize that.
Okay,
And
okay. Let me dial it back because I don't mean
but
you.
for
You're going
us,
back to the inception of it and back to the colonial era. I'm talking about when they got to the point where it's only Democrat and Republican. See, like in the time you're talking
Yeah,
about, Dem and Republican wasn't the only two. It was all kinds of parties, bro. And now it's red or
oh
blue. You
yeah,
get two to
oh
pick
yeah,
from, and they
but
made it that way to make an
it was
even.
always red or blue. It was always red or blue, but the problem
Nah, it
was that
wasn't though.
with
Remember,
the
there was
American,
many parties you could vote for. It wasn't just one or
you
two.
could, but the
And
strongest parties
Democrats and
emerged.
Republicans got strong, and that's the
Right.
two
Well,
that got the strongest.
they were just sub parties of the other parties. That's all, really. And they all voted the same way. So you either voted Democrat, Republican.
Bro,
Like now,
there was Protestant,
whether
there was all
you're
kind of weird. There was
you're right.
weird parties
Listen,
out there, bro,
but
that had nothing
whether
to do with
you're
yeah,
whether you're a
Republicans and
liberal,
Democrats.
listen, whether you're a liberal right now, whether you're a liberal, conservative, you either gonna vote Democrat or Republican. So either you're a white supremacist, you're gonna vote Democrat or Republican. It's the same thing. It's just that it's just different now because times are different. But it was the same thing back then as it is now. It all boils down. Malcolm X gave a speech in 1963. You can go and listen to it. You can punch it up on YouTube. I don't care who you are.
You're
Listen to
not
it.
hearing what I'm
Listen to
saying,
what
bro.
he's saying.
You're not
No,
hearing
listen.
me.
Well, I am here with you, but I'm telling you, I'm giving you the answer to what you're saying. Listen to the
You're
speech
not.
Malcolm X
You're
gave
not. You're not
in
talking about what
63.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I am. Because
No, you're not.
look, listen to the speech Malcolm gave in 63, right? Where he talked about other parties besides Democrats and Republicans pushing their agenda, right, in the name of Democrat and Republican, and
Sure.
from the beginning, and what we
Yeah, but
have
that's not what
now.
I'm talking about.
And he talked about it, and he said that all they want is power. That's it.
yeah.
It's all about power and how much power they can get and what they can push. And you're
But
right.
the way for them to
It's
have the
just
most
about
power
power.
and control everybody.
But look, between that
Yeah.
red and that blue, y'all don't think it's kind of funny how everything comes down to just that red or either you on the red or the blue side.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
the most the
Yes,
thing
sir.
that I see
Because
the
it is funny because it keeps us divided as a nation. We'll never be. It'll always. You ever know? Like no matter who's president, it's either that's their guy
yeah.
instead
No,
of it's
no,
all our guy.
no.
Like
It is
Trump,
all our
and so
guy.
Trump. I don't think, bro.
Remember,
I don't even think
we
Trump
didn't hear that.
believes
We didn't
quarter of
hear
the
that.
shit.
We didn't hear that, real hard until I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'll take it back even further. Obama, I voted for Obama twice. I love Obama. I love this politics. But Obama was the worst thing ever happened to the presidency because it was a good thing that he did
Bite
it,
your tongue.
but it was a bad thing because once he got in there,
It was
that's when
not the
people
worst
really,
thing that ever happened to the presidency, bro.
Reno,
yeah, it
worse,
was
That's a bold statement.
because it was because people it
There's a
was
lot worse
because
shit that have
people
happened to
started
the presidency than having a
Because
black
people
president,
started
B.
Because people started really dividing it. Because listen, I'd talk to people, they'd be like, oh, Obama, he's
They might
okay,
have started
and then
dividing it, but you gotta
they'd be
destroy
like, but I
before
don't
you
really
elevate.
wait,
You
hold on.
gotta
They'd be
destroy
like,
before you build. You see
you're
what I'm
right,
saying?
but
And look, to have that
that
first
didn't.
black president, bro, that was important. And
It was,
you cannot call that the
but
worst thing that ever happened to the presidency.
it
You might
was,
say that that's
it
what
was.
started the division, and that's a fact. That is what started the division, but I will not ever agree that
All right,
that's the
let me ask you
worst
a question.
thing
Let me
that
ask you a
happened to the
question.
presidency.
What did it change in 8 years? Not a goddamn thing. Because in 8 years, We had more
I'll
black
tell you what
people
it
getting
changed.
shot
I'll
on
tell you one
camera.
thing it
We
changed.
had more
I'll tell
black
you one
people.
thing it changed. One thing it changed was
Shot by
little
cops.
black
We had more
children
black.
know that they could be the president. Before, never.
Hate that.
Bro, it's like Pac
We
said.
always knew a
It's
little
like
black
Pac
child
said.
always knew they could be president.
They told.
A little
Come
black,
on, dog.
a little black child could always
Y'all
be president.
crazy.
Man,
Tupac said that.
That was
Shit.
never the
Even
case.
Tupac said
That
that
was
we
never
ain't
the
ready
case.
to see a
That
black
was never the
president. He didn't even think
Why
it
is
could
you
happen
knowing
in
right?
his
Why is you
lifetime.
knowing
And that
right?
was like, you're not right.
Why is you knowing right?
Come on.
It's because black
You're
kids
not
always knew they
right.
could be. Listen,
Hey,
African American
what y'all
children
talking
always
about?
knew they could be president.
We just talking about
Fill
Oh, we
me
just
in.
kicking
Fill
about
me in before
Punisher, man.
y'all go.
we
We talking about Punisher and
Punisher.
the Punisher symbol.
Yeah,
Punisher
the
symbol.
Punisher symbol
This
being
don't sound. Yeah, no. Y'all said Tupac and president. This don't sound like no Punisher. What y'all talking about, man?
well, here we talking about
We talking about the
the
Punisher
Punisher
symbol. This is
reclaiming
the Punisher
the
symbol.
symbol from the white supremacists, because the creator of the Punisher made a statement. He said he wants to reclaim the Punisher symbol from the white supremacists and make Punisher a black character. And we don't think that's a good idea, because then the Punisher's in the hood killing black people. Instead of, what they should do is just have the Punisher as he is go against the white supremacists, letting them know he's not down with them. Instead of making him a black man killing black
Let them
people.
know I kill y'all too. Y'all either relinquish my symbol or get punished.
Word.
What-
And then we got into Democrats and Republicans and political conversations, and then Stu said Obama was the worst thing that ever happened to the American
Black
presidency.
album. Then he brought up the Black album. You know how I feel about the Black album.
I ain't bring up the Black
album. He brought the Black album up.
What?
You know how I feel about the Black album.
I ain't bring up the Black album.
What I mean?
Hold on.
And then he tried to
You
bring
said
Wise in it, and Wise was like, "I ain't in that right now." I'm just
I didn't say Wise one time. You did. You tried to bring Wise in it.
And then,
I'm right.
And then you popped
I'm
in,
right, Wise.
I'm
right.
At now.
So you said that they trying to take the Punisher symbol. I mean, they changing the white guy to a black guy, right?
That's what they talking about doing, yeah.
And then changing the Punisher symbol, right?
Either reclaiming it by making him black and just now that's a black man's symbol, or changing it entirely to make it not
and
even
then now where the part about the racist stuff and all that, where that come from? Is that
because
in the article too?
Well, are you aware that the Punisher symbol is used by white supremacists, right wings, extremists?
Yeah, I am aware of that now that you say that. I've seen on a couple
Think about it. Look
I'm
online.
quite sure you know. You down south. I'm quite sure.
Yeah. Well, we see that flag a lot more than that sign. So
yeah, that rebel flag is
exactly yeah. So,
but they'll put the Punisher symbol in the middle of the rebel flag and all of that, man. So they took it from the military because the Marines started using it because it's a dope symbol. And that'd be dope on the front of a Humvee coming into battle. That's striking fear in the enemy. You know what I mean? And Punisher was a Marine, so they took it like that. But then, the military is full of a lot of white supremacists.
So you mean to tell me that same symbol, like what you saying about that, it's been like that
everywhere.
all
White supremacists
the time?
everywhere, Reno. White supremacists everywhere. Because you gotta think about it like this. What did
Word, I know that.
say? Nowadays we can't see who.
I wasn't saying that they're just mostly in the military.
3-piece suits. That's true. They've been David Duke ran for president. Ran for president. I was in high school, and that joker, when they asked him about the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, you know what he said?
You know how many presidents was Klan members?
He didn't call them white supremacists. He called them an organization. They're an organization. They do good things for the people in the community, stuff like that. Yeah, but they still.
No, they try to get real serious, real top tier. But and I'm not saying that the military is a hotbed of white supremacy. I'm saying that they took that symbol because they were using it, and they took that symbol because the white supremacists often use military symbols and shit like that, flags and things like that. That's true.
They do all kinds of. They get tattoos.
So that's why they took that.
But
Marvel hasn't done shit about it, so people kind of like.
And Marvel's not going to do it. Marvel's not going to do anything about it, but sit back and talk about it. That's why we can't get a Punisher movie. And the first Punisher movie, they didn't even want to use the skull on Dolph Lundgren. The director didn't even want to use the skull. When they first created Punisher, they just wanted the skull logo. They just wanted the skull logo to be a little patch on everything that Punisher wore. And then one of the guys that created said, "Nah, make it big and blow it up." And then that's how it came out to be as big as it is. but they wanted it to just be like a little joint on the
But
shoulder
that's
or on the
because, but
chest.
that's not because it was white supremacy though. That's because they didn't want it to
No,
be
not because
comic
of
book
that. But I'm
like,
saying, right? No, he didn't want
right?
it. Right, and Dolph
They wanted
Lundgren
it to be
also
real.
had a play in that because, right, Dolph Lundgren had just did He-Man, and he was like when
Yeah,
he did He-Man, he kept saying he felt like a toy, like he was a toy playing a real life character. Like he was being, playing a toy in real life. Like that's how people looked at it. The movie is him being a toy.
so
The movie
I
was
got
just bad.
I got a question. Are we trying to get that symbol up out of here?
Which one? The
Punisher
Punisher symbol?
symbol. Is this
Nah,
another
we
thing?
think it's dope. We think it's dope. We like
Nah,
it.
yeah, we like the symbol because it's the Punisher. It's the comic book character, the Punisher. That's what the symbol is to me. You know what I mean? So we don't, what they want to do is reclaim that symbol, right?
Yeah, from the white supremacy. Like
Right.
get them to
Reclaim
stop
it, make
using
it.
it. Right, but so if they like Reno said, they make it if they put it on you wise and they made you the new Punisher, then white supremacists be like, well, that's a black man running around with that. We don't want that. You know what I mean? Like something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it matters
That's
who
not the
chest is
answer.
on.
Right.
Right. I don't think it matters who chest is on. They just using it because they can.
To me, it's more powerful if he's a white dude doing it. It's more powerful. You know what I mean? Because that's a white dude saying that shit ain't cool. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
Yeah.
they might as well leave him to, just do that instead of like, doing change another character's race and but out of all the times they've done that, this would have been the only time it made sense. But since they did it so much and there's so much negative connotation behind it, you can't do that. And what Stu said is even more important because the Punisher kills criminals. Now, if you make him a black dude in the hood, then he's a black man killing other black men, and it's black on black crime all over again.
right.
And it ends up then the white supremacists would be like, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, this symbol kills black people. Even better. It's not a good idea.
Right.
Every time they do that diversity, that race swap, like we were saying the other day, it backfires.
It
Every
backfires.
time.
Right.
Every time. Every time.
Well, what y'all ain't like the Black Spider-Man? What the
Yeah,
Miles?
we love Miles.
Yeah,
we love
Miles
Miles
is
Morales, man. Miles is dope. Man, we
Miles
love
makes
Miles,
sense.
man.
Miles
Miles
not
made
Peter
sense.
Parker.
Yeah.
He's not Peter
Right.
Parker. He's in a different universe.
Yeah, facts. Nah, he not Tobey Maguire.
No,
Word. Not Tobey
and then
Maguire.
Spider-Man, right? And then Spider-Man 2099. He's what Spanish or Mexican? His last name's O'Hara.
But he's got
Something like
red
that. He's
hair
like
and he's like an
He's like
Irish
half
dude.
and half.
But his name is
Yeah, he's like
Manuel.
half Spanish. Yeah, he's like
Don't do
half.
that.
He's
Word.
like Irish and Spanish or something like that. Yeah, he like Irish and Spanish. So
Yo, he is though. He's half Irish, half Spanish, half because I think you're right, Stu. I don't think he's not like Mexican or Puerto Rican. He's from Spain. He's the white Spanish.
Wow.
yeah,
That's why
yeah,
he's
like
Manuel. Yeah, he's a
a
white
Spaniard.
dude. He's
Yeah.
got red hair. He's a ginger. But I always thought he was Latino. Always. I just learned that like a few weeks ago. Yeah, me and my son was talking. He was pointing
Because
out.
his
He's like,
first
"No,
name
this
is
dude's name is
Spanish.
O'Hara."
His first,
And I'm like, "Nah,
his
what you
last
talking
name's
about? His
O'Hara.
name is Manuel. Manuel. What you mean? Like that's he Latino." He's like, "Nah, Pop. Look, ginger. His name's O'Hara." I'm like, "Come on, all this time." Had no idea. Missed opportunity. But there's a lot of great characters. See, Miles, I'm glad you brought up the Spider-Man because that's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Like they created a new character.
Right.
He rocks with Peter. Like you see him and Peter Parker side by side doing shit. Like he's not replacing Spider-Man. They didn't take Spider-Man or Peter Parker and make him black. That's so what they did was perfect. He's half Latino, half black. He's his own character, separate. I want to say, well, he had Kid Arachnid. He even had a different name at one point. He's got totally different powers.
Right.
I mean, dude can turn invisible. He got the shocker, the Venom shockers.
Yeah, he can do a lot. So
speaking of Spider-Man, check out the new symbol. This is all three. That's Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, Spider-Man. They put the three together.
Keep that. Yeah, you can keep that, man.
I'm not digging it. It
No,
just looks
no.
like a lot of jumbled mess. It's too jumbled. I mean, it's not creative either. They just slapped the three symbols on top of each other. They could have
Pretty
done
much.
something cooler. I mean, they intertwined the legs a little bit. They could have done better.
But they did, man.
They could have done
Like
better.
DJ Juice told us a couple weeks ago, you know, just try to be original and stop trying
Word.
to, you know, stop, you know, do it, ride off of what everybody else is doing, man. Do something original. Stay as original as possible. That's true. Yeah.
And speaking of Spidey too, they got the new covers. Let me see what that's dope right there. That's the 60 years, the 60 year anniversary or whatever. The new era, the new Spidey era.
That's dope. It's dope, man. That's going back to the old school costume.
Classics right there.
Say what?
It look like the classics.
Yeah.
Speaking of classics, wise, what's your favorite Marvel hero of all time?
Oh my goodness. Damn, that's hard.
Well, this Spider-Man.
Only,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would say Spider-Man.
Spidey's everyone's favorite webhead. Celebrate 60 years.
I think
now.
I pretty much got to say Spider-Man. I'm thinking of a couple other names, but
I fuck with this. My guy right there.
Yeah, damn it.
That's the homie right there.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking.
That's my boy right there.
Okay. What about DC? Favorite DC hero?
Or
villain for that matter.
I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to go with the night guy, with the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely say I think Batman got me into it. Like I got in trouble. I got in trouble for drawing on the white wall in my room. Like drew from the ceiling, from the floor to the ceiling. Like drew a whole Batman.
That movie in '89
you had to get it out.
Big.
You had to get it out, man. You just had to get it out. That's all.
My first graffiti, like tagging. But yeah, Michael Keaton. Keaton.
Remember that? Remember, like around that time, it was the bat symbol was every fucking where, everywhere, bro. Hats, jackets, t-shirts, but on everything, bro. That Batman
stickers, he was sticking on everything. Yeah,
that shit was everywhere, bro. But I wanted to get these other what do you call them? Spider-Man covers up. I got them. I just wanted to show y'all. This is Lee and Hyuk. Right there. I kind of dig this one because it's got a different shaped head than you normally see him with. It's kind of like a cool take on it. Yeah, it's kind of like a different shape. And then you got Mary Jane and Black Cat. You know what I mean? Spidey's two girl. He smashed Black Cat in the comic.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, in the comic. He smashed Black Cat.
That's him and the deadly foes. Yeah, the deadly foes of Spider-Man. It's his old rogues gallery.
Spidey's rogues. And then there's a Peach Momoko, always highly stylized. Her style, she always does like watercolor paint and always very stylized.
Yeah, that's dope.
And damn, who is this one?
Who's that?
This one is, I want to say, J. Scott Campbell. Wait, is that the Archer? Humberto Ramos. Wow, they're not telling me which one's which. Well, man,
I guess that cover A. Is that cover A or was that?
No, it doesn't say. Well, it could be. It doesn't say what what covers these are, but actually there's supposedly all variant covers for Amazing Spider-Man #1 when they come in. It's Peach Momoko, Lee and Huck Lee. We know who those ones are. Then they got Art Germ, Stanley Lau. Then Travis Charest and Humberto Ramos are a few.
Yeah, that's
John
hard.
Ramirez. Yeah, but yeah, these are cold though. These are dope.
Yeah.
But that's the new Spidey.
Dope. That's dope.
Kobe thought it was sweet up here.
Oh.
Cook, remember this?
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit had me dying, dog. I was so weak. Yo, but speaking of hip hop and comics,
who made that one?
This era that we in, people got problems.
You want to talk? Yeah, let's talk about this era that we in.
Yeah, I was
This
going to
hip
bring
hop.
that up. Yeah, Puma.
Yeah.
I just ordered the that hoodie, and I ordered the shirt with those for those shorts.
Okay.
I didn't like the shorts because I don't know, when Puma make shorts, they usually a little bit too small for me, man. Or
Yeah, I don't know. See how this is real. These look like our shorts, but the legs is real skinny on these.
Yeah.
So, they look like our short that we, but nah, they got
like
the hoodie was cool.
Yeah, I got the hoodie. I bought
Say
the
what?
hoodie
Why?
the other day.
You get them, and then you find out they like the compression joints. Like you got to really be in the gym.
Right.
Like the NBA joint, like LeBron.
Word,
like joints LeBron wear under his shorts, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the shorts. I got the shirt that matches it.
I like the
Justice League Pumas is cool though.
I like them.
They's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
just had red and blue laces in mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, them laces got to come out.
Them laces
got to come out.
Yeah, dog. See, I throw some blue ones in there to match the colors of the.
You don't like the laces, Cooks?
Nah.
My laces gonna have to be red and blue.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine gonna be blue and red, just like this right here. Just like
one gonna be red, one gonna be blue.
I'm rocking the joints that came right with them. Damn.
Sometimes I change. I'll be changing my laces too, Cooks. It depends, because I'll get shoes and I'll be like, these just would be dope with these laces, and I swap.
Taking the laces out. You know how much work you got to go through to take out laces and shoes?
Yeah.
Thank you,
I was just lacing some shit.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it, but you said it for me. I ain't got time for all that. I'm trying to put them joints on to get fresh. You know what I mean? I got time to be relaxed.
I got time. I got time
today.
Especially if it's in the summertime, you about to go to a cookout, man. Who want to be lacing up some shoes?
Right.
I ain't doing it.
Oh, I'm gonna do mine the night before.
Thank you. The night before. Yes. You can't be doing them in the morning, dog. Cooks, no. I woke up in the morning and been like, damn, I want to change them laces and ain't got no time.
I'm changing them up.
Yeah, but
I'm rocking with whatever it come with, bro.
You do them at night, but this is the Justice League collection. I mean, they trying to, but hip hop, fashion, hip hop, comics. It's all, fashion is the fifth element. We the sixth element, comic books. So we join forces with Puma for our DC Justice League collection to save your wardrobe with brand new styles inspired by Wonder Woman, Superman, hoodies, tees, the whole joint. We talking a little bit DC. Check this shit out. Speaking about fashion in DC, this is the new Spider-Man. Todd McFarlane. I'm sorry, Spider-Man, Batman. Todd McFarlane. Batman.
Oh, the DC joint we was talking about.
That's my guy, man. Todd, that's my guy. I can't.
Todd's a beast. Todd's a beast. Shout out Todd McFarlane. He been on. Shout out Al Mega and the Comic Crusaders. Talking to Todd McFarlane a few times on his show.
Oh, yeah, I kind of like, especially getting in the. And I remember when Spawn came out, and I found out that he did Spawn. My head came off. Like I was like, yo, that guy right there, Todd McFarlane was. That's my guy.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane Spider-Man was when I got into Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
It was just the way he drew it. Like the way he drew Spider-Man, it was like, we never seen Spider-Man drawn like we was like, whoa, like look at this. And then the way he drew the webs, like, we was like, yo, like that is dope. There was just a lot of detail, man. But bro, he paved the
He
way
killed me.
for.
He killed me with Spawn though.
Yeah, Spawn was definitely decent.
I love how he does the eyes.
Yeah, I spent my whole all my first drawings was, I think Cooks. I was telling you one the other day. I was telling you about by memory. Now I could do that by memory. I spent so much by drawing. All my first drawings like used to be Spider-Man. Like that's when people really started to see like, no, he could really draw. It was like, and that was by memory. All my sketches was Spider-Man hanging off of buildings in New York. That's why I learned that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Looking
okay.
at covers, man.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
Oh yeah. Moon Knight, y'all know Moon Knight coming up. We got
When is that? When is that? That should be soon, right?
that's soon. Yeah, real soon. It's about to drop. I don't see it. If you want to look up the date, if people want to know. But how Moon Knight's mythology will be different from Thor and Eternals. Similar to Thor and Eternals, Moon Knight draws influence from mythology. But Marvel Cinematic Universe has experienced drawing from real-world mythologies as demonstrated in the feature films Thor and Eternals. But the upcoming series Moon Knight involves a mythos in which the MCU has never ventured. Like the comic it is based on, Moon Knight draws inspiration from mythology and features Khonshu, the Egyptian moon god, as a prominent character. And there's a whole Moon Knight comic book called Fist of Khonshu. Stu, your mic is off. Oh, you turned it off?
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Oh,
but, yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, what'd you say?
No. I was trying to get some information.
Okay.
See when the Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah,
Over there, like I said, take the chicken out the freezer, put it in.
Word. Yeah. But yeah, that's dope. They go in Egyptian mythology because we definitely had, Thor with the Norse mythology, and I don't know what mythology Eternals was. What, Greek? What were they talking about? I don't know what.
They spanned
they
a couple.
borrowed
They
from.
spanned a couple different. They spanned a couple different eras.
Right.
Yeah, it's medieval. They did it all. They
Yeah.
went through the whole history.
Yeah. But yeah, Moon Knight's gonna be dope, bro. It says tells the story of Stephen Grant, Oscar Isaac, a hapless museum gift store clerk who struggles night after night with insomnia, ultimately unable to discern his dreams from reality. So he's like hallucinating and shit. Like that's why and he's got different personalities. He got, he's the first like mentally ill superhero. Grant begins to realize that his life is not what he thought it was when his imaginary visions inexplicably come to life. Vivid images of the god Khonshu haunt his mind when he discovers he is somehow living a second life as an individual named Mark Spector. That's his second. You know what I mean? Y'all, you probably know the comic book Moon Knight, Mark Spector, Moon Knight. With events spiraling out of control, Stephen becomes Khonshu's messenger with the ability to wield superhuman strength. Many characters in Thor and Eternals draw inspiration from a variety of mythologies, but the MCU also reimagines these figures to differentiate them from their original mythological versions. Thor and other Norse gods have been described by some Marvel fans as aliens, since their home Asgard exists in outer space. The Eternals, despite their human appearance, are actually machines engineered by ancient celestial entities. This reinterpretation is implied to Khonshu in the extreme, as his ghost-like appearance in Moon Knight sets an eerie contrast between him and the other gods in the MCU. Unlike past mythological characters, Marvel's version of Khonshu appears to be influenced more by horror than fantasy.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. If you read the comics, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. So I'm excited, man. I think they're gonna definitely dip in the source material properly.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of that, we didn't even get Cooks. What is your take on the Punisher symbol?
Oh yeah, because you said you knew it was a white supremacist. You think they should make Punisher a black man, or should they just make him fight white supremacists as a white man?
And do you think that Obama? And do you think that the black
let's not go. Let's not start that. Oh,
right
let's
now,
not go back.
And
I don't want to go back.
and also, do you have personalized license plates?
bro, right now my tag is suspended, but I drive anyway, so they gonna have to catch me if they can. Uh, number two, number two. As far as the president thing go, uh, when I was young enough to understand anything about a president, it was when Clinton came, and I like to see him play that saxophone. He got some
That's a
head,
long
and they
time
got
ago.
rid
That
of
was a
it.
long.
Many of
That
Ever
them.
was a
since
long
then,
time ago. That was a
you see what
long
I'm
time
saying?
ago, Cooks.
Right. But ever
Yeah.
since
That was a
then, I
long
ain't
time ago,
trusted.
Cooks. Cooks, that
But
was
ever
real
ever
long
since
ago.
I know, but ever since then, I ain't trusted no president. Like I haven't voted. I don't trust no president. If it ain't a regular dude like one of us getting up there trying to change the world, I'm not voting for
Yep.
you because you got a secret agenda.
Facts. I agree strongly with you on that,
Would
bro.
you,
Black,
well,
black,
Cooks,
white,
would you run for?
woman,
Would you run for
Mexican, huh?
president?
You know
Would
what?
you
If
run
I
for
ran for,
president?
I might not win, but yeah, I do it.
I'd vote for
Sure
you.
would.
Cooks, you
And
never.
they wouldn't let me win
Cooks,
because
you
I'm
never
too
know. You might
regular.
mess. Cooks, you might mess around and beat everybody. Cooks, you never know, bro.
Word,
Man,
I
they ain't
vote
You'll be
for
gonna
you.
like
let me
Donald.
win.
Listen, when
Yeah, man.
Donald Trump won
Keep it
president,
ready,
he
man.
couldn't believe he won. He didn't believe he won when he won. He was
Neither
like,
could
"Oh
I.
shoot, I won." Yeah, he was like, "Oh shoot, I
I was
won."
like,
That's
yeah,
a
he
different
was the
story.
fuck.
I mean,
And then he
but
started.
now the Punisher thing, um, if the symbol, like you said, the symbol means what it means, but at one point, like what Carl was saying earlier, folks wasn't thinking about that. It was just the Punisher. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because when I was younger, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And then I seen
I
it.
think
I
it's
used to
pretty
see it
recent.
on certain objects. I seen it on certain objects that, and I'm like, damn, that's the Punisher sign. What's it doing right there? You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't think it was a white supremacist thing until recently.
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? And
That's
see, that's the
pretty
Yeah, it
recent.
thing.
wasn't. Yeah,
That's
until
the,
recently,
Yeah,
it wasn't a
very
you
big
know
recent.
what
deal
I'm
Like
saying?
until
So
within the
recently.
last
Yeah.
5 or 10 years.
now, if they change the white dude to a black dude, like what the problem I'm gonna have is it wasn't like that to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, as far as the
Yeah.
missions, as far as what they gonna have him doing, like when you say criminals, I'm thinking criminals. I ain't thinking just killing brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had a black man in the same world as the white dude, then he gonna kill everybody that's doing wrong, not just the brothers and not just the white dudes. He gonna kill everybody that's doing wrong, like the Punisher's supposed
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But if it's a situation where they put him in the hood killing
Right.
just brothers,
Right.
then I'm gonna be like, well, why they change it like this? Because the white dude, he wasn't just killing white dudes, he was killing whoever ran, jumped out the van, whoever came around the
Right.
corner.
Mm,
Right.
He blah blah
mm.
blah blah blacking you up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? Without getting so deep in it, if it ain't
Right.
broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think we got the because Stu was saying like that every black hero, it seemed like they put him in the hood fighting, hood criminals and stuff, like not,
That's true
they
too.
street level, which yeah, like and Luke Cage, of course, for sure. But Black Panther definitely, I mean, he was part of the Illuminati. I mean, he was fighting cosmic villains and all of that. So
Oh no, you didn't.
yeah, Black Panther definitely transcended that stereotype. But the Punisher is a more of a real world. He's a street level hero. He's down there with the daredevils, and you know,
You said he was
um,
with them people.
he's street level. He's not like a cosmic level hero. You don't see him flying through space fighting aliens and
No,
shit. You just see him
no.
in the
You just see him
streets,
in the hood.
like New
Yeah,
York
you see him in
City,
the
like
streets. Yeah, yeah. He'll pop up at a
fighting
crime boss meeting,
pistols and shit.
kill
Yeah,
everybody, or a funeral.
Hmm.
They'll have a funeral. He'll be in the coffin. You know what I mean? Then he'll pop out the coffin and kill everybody.
right.
Multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do
OT.
stuff. Punisher will do stuff like that. You know.
Mhm.
Who
But
you
yeah,
think?
he,
Who you think was doing that work for the Skull and Bones?
what about it?
Mm.
You said somebody was down with the people with the suits with the
Nah.
Illuminati.
Oh
Oh,
no. Okay.
Illuminati.
Nah. Okay. Nah. You talking about that? Nah. The Illuminati. I mean the Marvel Comics Illuminati.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a Marvel team called
Oh,
Illuminati.
you know.
It was It was
Well, we know George Herbert W. Bush was down with that.
Oh
He
yeah,
was one of the
of course.
people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
he
was
was
one of the
Skull and
people that
Bones
stole. He was one of the
way
people
back.
that stole Geronimo's skull. He was one of the 3 guys that stole the skull.
I mean, his name was Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert W.
Herbert Walker.
If
Herbert.
anybody be connected to them guys, it's gonna be somebody named Herbert.
Yeah.
In
And
Skull and Bones.
and
In
that's
Skull and
crazy. Yeah,
Bones, his name was Magog.
yeah, and he's one of the people that stole Geronimo's skull. He's one of the guys that actually went and stole it.
Mm.
Which is a skull they never recovered or never found. Which they but they can't find it. Which we
Yo,
know they
multi, if you want to hop in, man, you can hop in, check your email.
Well,
Who is Khonshu anyway?
Yeah, so
I seen they got I seen they got a new Batman movie coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, March.
The Batman.
Right in March. First week of March.
It's coming
Can't
soon.
wait.
About to hit. Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Cooks, what's your take on this new, younger, more yelling Batman?
More yelling.
I actually, from the previews and from what I read about it, I think it should be quite interesting because we're getting something dark. He's gonna be dealing with a lot of in his head. So this is like the we seeing a different level. I'm looking at it as a different level until they mess it up. But it's like a different level of Batman we didn't get to see that we probably wanted to see. Cause me, all like all the way to the Snake Eye thing. I want to know who he was before he put the mask on. Cause he didn't come out of the armor with the mask on. I want to know what he was before. You know what I'm saying? So I would so this Batman give me. I want to see what what I'm saying. What's going on in this time frame? Cause he's younger.
This was year one, right?
This is year one. Yeah, he's supposed to be
year one. Yeah, I mean he's driving around in a muscle car. You know what I mean? His Batmobile is a muscle car.
This should be cool. I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm more interested in the storyline.
You driving now, Cooks? Car you driving now? The Batmobile.
I wish I did have a car. Like if I had a car like that, man, believe me, I'd be visiting y'all on the regular.
Yeah.
A car like that, I'll be coming around y'all way.
Cooks, you don't need no more inspiration to be riding dirty. You're already riding dirty.
Hey, I gotta go to work. Gotta go to the store. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So you ain't walking, huh?
Yeah, I'm just not going joyriding. Forget joyride.
Right.
I'll joy walk.
Yeah.
Right. So you take care of business. You take care of business and you park that joint, huh?
Damn.
Right. Facts. He like I'm grown with it now.
Yes, sir.
I ain't going across town to see Keisha. I ain't going across town to see Keisha in this.
Hell no. I ain't going to holler at nobody.
They said, girl, come get me.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'll right down the street. Just come get me.
Hey, it's a store right down the street. When I'm looking for something, I say, hey, meet me at the store and then drop me back off at the house. That's it.
Right. That's how you're supposed to do it. I'm gonna borrow that. Now. Use that.
Yeah.
That's how you getting down, Cooks.
Yes, I ain't got no choice right now, man. I ain't got no choice right now. I'm gonna fix it, but right now, gotta go where I know.
But that's how you gotta do it, Cooks. Sometimes you just gotta do it like Punisher. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody get punished.
And it's like, I want to throw this in too. It's lucky. It's lucky that I'm here in Alabama because if I was in one of y'all cities, I probably have to go through. I probably wouldn't be able to do this. Because I know in New York and stuff, you got so much of stuff you got to do. Like what you got, car check. You got to check your car and do all that.
We got inspections. We got to do. Yeah.
See, down here, it ain't nothing but going. They send you a letter. They say, hey, you need to change your tag. Go to the courthouse, stand in line, pay the money, show your insurance, see you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What do y'all do that once a year?
Yeah, once a year I gotta take the car to get inspected. You take it to certain auto shops that got the license or whatever, they do inspections, and they look at your car bumper to bumper, in. Everything got to be full working order. Can't have the service engine light on. Nothing. I mean, it has to be tip top. Everything has to be, and then they'll pass it and give you the sticker, and it goes in your windshield.
Yep.
And at first, when I got up here, I got to Virginia like 8-9 years ago. When I got up here, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I hated it. I couldn't believe. I was like, "Man, this is bullshit." But it makes for a much better used car. So in Florida, the used car lots, trash. If it's a used car lot, it is trash.
I keep hearing
the cars. The cars that Virginia couldn't pass inspection, and they sent them down there, right? That's the but up here, the car lots, because the inspections keep the cars up on, up on point. So every car on the car lot can pass inspection. So they're really good cars up here. So that was the I guess the the pro to that. But for the most part, man, it's a pain in the ass. Because your blinker, I'm talking about everything. Like they'll be like, "Oh, your check engine light on." Yeah, the mechanic can't tell me what it is. Like, yeah, like what? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That'll be $5,000 to turn it out. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna get it turned out.
But then, but you got guys up here do all kind of tricks, man. They got all kind of tricks.
I hate how they tell you something for your car and just be like, "Oh yeah, that'll just be $30,000." Like you just got this house.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you need a bulb.
Head gasket blue.
You need a bulb on your interior dome light. That'd be $5,000. We had to put a cover. We had to put a new cover on it too. So
don't forget the covering fee. That'd be $200 extra covering fee.
Yeah, and I had to add labor in there too.
So labor too.
Change a bulb. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that, man. We ain't doing that, man.
Because it'd be like, "I'll be right back." He never came back.
Hey, man, I don't know how you knew that. I don't know how you knew that.
That's just Hey, y'all heard the new AZ Do or Die 2?
Not yet.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I'm slipping.
I don't know who you think you talking to. I heard it.
I know you heard it.
Okay, so y'all tell me what it's like. What it's hitting on.
It was better than the Blackout. I can tell you that. Way better.
I agree.
I agree. Yes, sir.
You got Idris Elba on that motherfucker, Jaheim, Rick Ross, Conway the Machine, Lil Wayne.
A bell on there?
Yeah. You know what, man? I was listening to Conway Conway is nasty, man.
Conway is beast, bro.
Conway nasty.
I love Griselda.
Beast.
I like Griselda.
He got the appropriate name. He got the appropriate name for his
machine
rap game, Conway the Machine. Word up.
Griselda nice, man. I like Griselda, man.
Now you think he better than Benny?
Not to me.
I don't know, bro.
Because I like the way Benny.
See that's two different styles.
Benny got more flavor though. He got more style. He got more
flow. But if I had to put them in order, it'd be Conway, Benny, then Westside. For me,
it's Benny, Conway, and Westside. Because
which one is the one that be doing the noise?
Huh?
All of them.
Which one is the one that be going? Which one be doing that?
That's West. That's West.
West be saying that, but they be standing on all this shit.
Yeah, West and Benny do it the most.
Yeah, Kanye's got lyrical ability like that's crazy, but his flow isn't as melodic as you know what I'm saying? Like I like for you to be able to mix that, have the lyrical, but instead of just sounding like a robot, but he's the machine and his shit be coming out like a machine, and so that's dope. He does the thing, but for me personally, I like Benny because he's more melodic, I guess. He's got more, flavor, more style, more rhythm. It's more flow. It flows better.
Have you ever seen him on stage? Have you ever seen him on stage? Yeah, no, the whole
videos.
Have you ever seen him on stage?
Yeah. I've seen him not live, no.
Videos.
Like they're like them on stage, man. They like on video live, but like they be on stage like perform.
Yeah, I seen
like like when you see them perform, can you see how they took little pieces of like all the groups that mean something and kind of put it together? You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of got like I can see like Dipset, like I can see it so clear the way they do it, but they don't act like them. It's just the energy, like it's
the inspiration
circulating. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be a fool naturally.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. But
You'll
it's
be a
like
fool.
they real
Because
inspired by the 90s.
I'm gonna
Man.
keep it a buck. When you think about it, the next generation of rappers that's coming out now, they coming out slowly. It might take another year or two for them to really hit the mainstream. But you got Flea Lord, you got
Yeah.
Conway and them already hit. They already mainstream. But you got Flea Lord, you got Droog, you got Etho, Rome Streets.
Hmm.
You know what I mean, you got Stove God, Cooks. Um, no relation to Cooks 24, but you got
Mm-hmm.
Stove God, Cooks. You know what I mean?
Cooks, you
Uh,
ghostwriting, son? Let me find out.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got my man Boldy James. He just got
Bowler
signed by
Yeah,
James off the
Griselda.
chain.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Bowler
just got
James
signed by
off the
Griselda.
chain.
And Griselda just signed they just signed Rome Streets as well, which
Rock
is a good
Mm-hmm.
pickup for
Marciano.
them. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good and
rock.
Rock.
Marciano.
Well, Rock been out. Rock been out for a
Yeah.
while. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about Rock. I first started listening to Rock. I heard Busta Rhymes say one day that Rock Marciano was a godsend. He was on stage and people started booing him for that. And he was like, hold up.
What?
He was like, hold up. Yeah. He was like, hold up. He was like, hold up. Let me let y'all in on something. He was like, he not only do he rap, but he make beats, he produce. And I'm not gonna lie, Rock produced some hot beat. His stuff be hot. And Bus
Mhm.
broke it down to him, was like, yo, Rock Marciano keep it hip hop. He a
Yeah.
godsend. Like he
Mm-hmm.
ain't sitting at the computer making those computer, he trying to loop it down, make it sound like he from the
Yeah.
South. Nah, he said his beat, he cut it sound like you from New York when you rapping
Hmm.
or something he put down. And he was
Yeah.
like
All of them.
lyrically, he tight too. And I started
Hmm.
listening to him. I was like, yo, this joke is tight, man. I'm like, yo,
Hmm.
He
you
came
gotta
in.
listen to some Rock.
He was with Buster when it was still beautiful.
Yeah,
Piano.
That's what that is. That's
yeah,
the older guys. I said the older cats, man. They came up. He got in it right at that time before the change. That's why
yeah,
I'm
he
like
did.
stick to that. One of the things I'm mad about though, and you brought up AZ. I'm like I just watched Drink Champs. He got Chia Lee and what's on there, Drez from Black Sheep up there.
Yep.
How he didn't have AZ up there?
I
I'm like
know.
Nori slipping
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
true. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like
And
son,
Drez is another lyrical monster. But he came out that just didn't
before
get his props like he should have. But yeah,
yeah
you're right. You
yeah
gotta
Yeah.
put AZ
Yeah.
up there, man.
Black Sheep was
Yeah.
dope.
AZ,
That was a
bro.
dope interview.
AZ stay in my top 5. He's most underrated MC in my opinion. Period. Like, dude should
yeah.
be up there with Nas and Jay-Z, like in as far as fame. But
Yeah,
the Do or Die 2 is dope, man. I mean, you got Alchemist on the beats, Pete Rock Wilder.
Oof.
Rockwilder got a beat on there.
Yeah.
Mm,
Heat Maker, bro. It's some
I think AZ should hook up with DJ Muggs. Let him hook up with Muggs.
Oh
Mug.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
That'd be
right. Yeah.
fire, bro. Muggs been killing it. I don't care what nobody
yeah.
say.
And AZ
Muggs been
ain't did an
tearing it up.
album in 10 years.
I know. I
That's a
just seen he
decade.
had a video for one of the songs. I watched it the other day.
Yep.
I mean, he still look
You
the
do. You
same,
gotta
right?
know.
Still he look good.
And
He still look good.
I ain't even know Muggs was killing it like that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Muggs, yes. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
For
yeah.
a long time.
Oh, don't
For a
sleep
long
on for
time.
long. Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Long
last
time.
5 or 6 years, Muggs been tearing it up. Muggs been
Like I
tearing it
would
up,
hear
bro.
the little party joints that like Cypress had. I'd be like, okay, Muggs, but I kept hearing his name like for him doing beats. I'm like, what? Muggs? And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know he was really hitting the pads like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know what kills you know what I think is so dope about Muggs? Muggs is originally from New York. He originally from Queens. When he do
Hmm.
them solo projects without Cypress, that's where he go get his MCs from. He go back to New York and he look for the dopest underground MCs and he put them on. And I
Don't
think
say
that's
that to
powerful,
me.
man. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
powerful, bro. Because
Hmm.
that's how he found Etho, West Side and all of them. He was working with what's Mayhem Lauren. And he asked him, he
Oh
said, yo,
yeah, that's right.
he said, listen, he said, I need you to he said, I know you know somebody. He said, can you just give me like a bunch of dope underground MCs? I want
Yeah.
everybody underground. I want all the underground
Damn.
cats. And Mayhem Law
Action
was like, yeah,
Bronson, homie.
he said, yeah, I know this cat named Etho from Hell's Roof. So he dope. And Mug said when he heard him, Mug said, I was like, this he said, this cat is it's fire. Muggs said I had to put him on that next Soul Assassins joint immediately. Like he was like, I put him on there immediately. Like man made an album with him. I was like, man. But you can't take nothing away from them. Can't take nothing away from them guys, man. They doing it, man. Rock, Etho, Flea Lord. Flea Lord is another one, underrated, but doing it.
Flea.
Yeah, Flea doing it. Flea really getting it.
He got that. He got that. And so he got something that's real dope. That I mean, he's as a new cat that I would have wanted. Is he got that stamp for Prodigy before Prodigy left?
Yeah,
I was like, damn. So he got that. He got the ultimate stamp. Like Prodigy seen him before he got up out of here.
Yeah, because I think the first time I ever heard him, he did a song with Prodigy.
Yeah. See, I was like, damn, I didn't even know. He said he used to, like, that's how Prodigy used to have little cyphers with him.
Yeah, Flea is dope, bro. The joint he did with Muggs is hot. He did an album with Muggs. It was super hot.
Yeah, I bought that CD. That came out in the CD days.
Yeah.
Oh, was that long ago?
Yes. It was a compilation CD.
Cooks, that just came out about a year ago. Cooks, that's about a year old.
But DJ Muggs had Soul Assassins that came out. He had
that was a couple years back. Yeah, that was a couple years.
Yeah.
Flea wasn't on the Soul Assassins joint. He wasn't on that one. Flea got on. He did a joint. He did a song with Flea, and I think it was on. I forget whose album it was on. He did an album with somebody else. Flea was on there, and then. And then that's when he did an album with Flea after that. Because Muggs worked with a lot of jokers that's like kind of like mainstream now. Like don't forget Makami. He did a joint with him. Yeah. And Makami, you know, he put out a lot of stuff. He did one with Fahim the God. You know, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire. I mean, all those jokers, man, if they keep pushing, they the next forefront of hip hop.
Yeah, just true.
Yeah, they just gotta keep pushing their sound, man. That's all.
A lot of J. Cole and Kendrick, you know, they're gonna be standing in the front.
That's the man. We gotta get past those just those two names being out there. I think that's the next push that I definitely want to get past that. Nothing against them, but you know,
everybody pulled Kendrick and them out. They pulled Kendrick out their ass. And I ain't got
Cole and Kendrick
like it, but there's you right. You right, Wise. We gotta get past them. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, it's more. I mean, you talking about the level. I mean, like the stuff that really even push. I'm like, y'all thinking that's hip hop? Like, all right. So your eyes gonna jump out your head. Then your eyes gonna fall out your head.
Well, for me, more Cole than Kendrick because I just like Cole's style. Period. Like I just like Cole's style, and he a country boy too. I just like Cole's style because he's different. He ain't flashy. I mean, he just look like a regular old napper head nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? But he can spit. I like Cole. You know what I'm saying? When it comes
I like Kendrick a lot.
He look like he more flashy.
A lot.
But
Kendrick he wears like sweatsuits and shit, and he's real humble. Like that's why I like him.
He flashier than Cole. He flashier than Cole.
Well, he's an LA cat, you know. So yeah, a little bit probably, but they both dope. But they get mentioned too much. They get mentioned like they the only like that's the whole.
Well, at one point, when everybody was wearing, hold up though. When everybody was wearing tight pants and doing the little dance, they wasn't. They was the only two that was really giving them some real good music to listen to.
What we saying though, there was more than them. It wasn't just them. They was the only ones getting
doing that. Yeah, you would never catch Ghost in some tight pants, bro.
Yeah, but we ain't talking about Ghost.
Well, no, I mean new rappers. It was new rappers.
In that section, them two. Let me finish. In that section, at that time,
still like
them two was bam, bam, bam. Now, as far as me, yeah, but let me finish though. As far as me, as far as the style and what he be saying, I like Cole. I ain't saying now. Let me finish. I ain't saying they're the Jay and Nas of that era. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying I like Cole's style. You know what I'm saying? Both of them can rap, and I understand what you said, Stu. Get them out to, let's forget about them. I got you. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? They still had a point where it was all about them two at one point.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, I ain't talking about Ghost and them. I'm talking about the new music. It was all about tight pants or shoot 'em, bang, bang. Them two wasn't
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
still
that.
that shit. It's still
No,
that shit.
my thing
We get
with them two is that they was just they just using them. That was like affirmative action. That's like going to a school, like if Yale or something is just 98% all Caucasian, and then like two black kids like was smart enough, and they found two black kids that was actually smart. Then they was like, all right, we'll just take y'all two, and then they went around the whole rest of the America, and it was like, well, we got two black
Right.
kids, and they just
Right.
kept using them. And that, as somebody that's doing hip hop, I'm like, come on, man, like. And then
But they
with the
wasn't the only two. That's the thing. Like even during that time when and that's what everybody said. They weren't the only two. They was just the only two getting the light. But there was so many other MCs doing shit.
so many that was just doing just as dope.
Real hip
Like,
hop.
you know what I mean?
But
Real hip hop.
the new, it's like I always say, like pop music always has popular music always has something like in the 80s, pop music was rock and roll. In the 90s, pop music was alternative and grunge. Now pop music is hip hop. So the pop music of hip hop is where you get the Lil Uzi Verts and the tight pants and all of that. You know, that's the hip hop. That's the pop, because pop right now is hip hop. That's why. So people think that's hip hop. That's not hip hop. That's pop. It just happens to be rap. Rap-ish.
So are you saying that, so you trying to tell me that J. Cole and Kendrick is pop music or pop hip hop?
No, they were the popular MC. They were the only hip hop that was actually getting any light in the pop culture. You know what I mean? At the time,
very commercial.
Now, what if I wasn't talking about? But what if I wasn't talking about the light though? What if I was just talking? I'm just talking to y'all three about just rhymes.
That's real.
I ain't talking about who them. I'm just talking about straight rhymes. Period. Like I'm just talking about the rhymes, the videos, the music, the clothes they wear. That's all I'm talking about. I ain't talking about who hip hop and who wasn't. I'm just talking about them two. That's what I'm asking y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand what you're saying. Believe, please believe. I'm down south. I saw a lot of tight pants dancing mugs around here. So and last year they was wearing camouflage suits. Now y'all wearing tight pants and bow ties.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? Like I know what you're saying. I'm just meaning like as far as on that level, as far as their content, like Blink said, their content, you know, how they rap. That's what I'm getting at. So I don't want to confuse y'all what I'm saying, because of course
I know what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
I appreciated what they was doing, especially like I got younger brothers that was falling right into them. Like I don't listen to them. I'm still listening to, because I can't, for my little brothers, I'm like, and that's what I was talking about. I'm listening to Ghostface. I came up in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I'm still listening to Red, Nas. You know, I'm still going back. So when I walked in the room when I was with my little brothers and I see them listening to that, I know they messages though right off the bat, because I'm like, I rap, so I'm listening to what they saying. So I appreciate that they was putting more knowledge. How could I not? I'm putting knowledge in my stuff. My thing is though, every time I'll end up in a hip hop conversation, they would just use those two guys and be like, that's hip hop and that's it. And then
like they're the only ones representing real hip hop.
Yeah, and I'm like,
but they weren't.
Right.
But they was the only ones that the industry was giving so much light to.
So why is this like coming to America where you in the barbershop and then anytime you sit down, somebody got to pull Kendrick and Cole out?
Dude, we gotta get that. We gotta get more balance.
Yeah,
we do.
And that's why we bring that word in. And I've been in so many like little meetings and stuff, and I'll be like, we got to get, it's not there yet. And they would try to tell me, oh yeah, but we got Kendrick, and I'm like, that ain't enough. We got to get more balance. This genre of music got to get more balance. Is it
fair? Hey, Wise, let me ask you something. Is it fair to say that's all they know though? And Stu and Reno, is it fair to say that's all they know?
My
daughter 21. My daughter 21 though.
My son's 17. He's a kid in high school. So the high school kids are always the ones doing what's hot. Like the hot shit is the high school kids. That's who That's, you know what I mean? When we were in high school, it was the 90s. That's what, that's what it was. So the high school kids, they know, my son knows. Like, he grew up listening to Ghostface and Nas and Pac and Big. Like, he grew up with that.
That's dope.
Every time we go anywhere, that's all he's hearing in the car. He knows it. He likes it. He can sing along to it and all of that. But he still
my
like
sons
his
are like that too.
Trippie Redd and
Juice
WRLD.
Now I'm talking to y'all too, Stu and Reno. Now my daughter 21. She will not take the time to listen to no Wu, no Death Row, no nothing, because she rode in the car and with her mom all the time listening to shake it, do this, shake it, do this, get the money, dot, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I hear in her car. So maybe if she did stay with me when she was younger and she could have heard me playing, because my little brother, now this for y'all, my little brother, he loved that music because that's all I played. That's all he could listen to. But he also liked his other stuff. So when he get around me, he play what I like. When he get with his homeboys and with his girl, he play with, like we say, what they like. So that's like,
you know what that is?
Yeah, Dave East is another one they pull out.
You know what that is, Cook?
Yeah. What up?
Balance.
Yeah.
That's what when people ask me like why you ain't doing, that's what I'm telling them. Like that's when I'm fighting with these suits. That's one of my main points to them. We got to get balanced with this genre. It ain't here no more. When I look at the OGs when I'm younger, when I look at what used to be when I was a child, all I see is balance. I told somebody in the meeting one time, I was like, yo, I sit and I went back and did my homework. I can't imagine listening to Midnight Marauders. You know, Midnight Marauders came out in a time when Onyx was killing shit. Fredro Starr, like Onyx was the top. Those were putting out of New York. Now imagine them telling Q-Tip this right here. He going there playing before the Low End Theory, when the Low End Theory didn't even drop yet, when it was a demo, and him taking it into them heads in them labels and sitting them down and playing that to them. Y'all all sitting in the room, and he stopped it at the last track and be like, "What y'all think? This is what they doing now." They would have looked at him and said, "You know, that's amazing, Tip. That music,
they had native tongues, right?
But we need you. Listen, we need you to come. That's dope.
But
we need you to go home and come back when it sounds like Onyx. You hear this on the radio? That's what's hot right now. Everybody is slam. You hear that song? That's what everybody's moving to. Throw your guns in the air. We need you to come back when it sounds like that.
You're right, and
that's what's happening now. So
I find the artists that my son and his friends, not the whole generation, but the artists that they like that are the new type, the Trippie Redd and XXXTentacion and Juice WRLD, those cats got bars because they were the cats that came in rapping, and then the industry was like, "Oh, you got to do it this way," and they conformed, and they get them. That's why they're top. You
got to look like Future
artists because they conform to the industry.
Future, and you got to rap, and you
look like Lil Wayne and sound like
you got to sound like Future. You got to look like Wayne, sound like Future.
Young Thug.
Yeah. I mean, the main guy is Drake. I've had this I promise you. Come home, it's all good, but we need you to come back. You need to start singing. We need you to start getting. You hear Drake? That's what we need you to start doing. We need you to find
I like mixtape Drake. When Drake was first coming out, before he was big, I was like, this cat is gonna be the next. I was like, damn, this cat is dope. Like, I was blown away, and then he became what he was, and I just lost the taste for it. I don't really fuck with Drake like that. But when he first came out, he got
that mixtape when he had that overcoat on.
Yeah,
what is it? October, whatever. That shit was doing. That was
nice. Cooks went crazy, boy. He thought
he got excited. You see that? Yeah, he sat up. Cooks said, "Wait a minute, now hold up." Cooks sat up. Hold up now, damn it. It was like
that was the first time I had got introduced to Drake, because I never seen him on no Degrassi nothing. So when I seen
me neither.
And listened to that mixtape, I was like, oh man, this dude dope right here. But then I noticed the change every CD. I mean, he
sounded more and more like Wayne.
Singing.
Yeah, You sound
when
more and more
you
like
sit
Wayne
down,
and doing the Young
when you
Money
sit
thing.
down and you listen to Wayne, he said it. I influenced the whole generation. He did, because
Yeah,
a lot of jokers come
hands
out.
down.
100%. I can't
Yeah,
take
they
nothing
try to
from Wayne.
rap
I
like
give
him.
Wayne
Yeah,
all
they.
his respect
Oh,
and props.
right. Oh no,
Wayne
I
is
love,
dope.
man.
Wayne is
Listen,
nice. His
I got
mixtape got
all the
bars.
mixtapes. I got every album Wayne ever made.
Yeah.
And I like Wayne,
Yep.
but it was and that's what kind of killed him too. Is everybody was trying to sound like him so bad and rap like him so bad, it just got oversaturated.
And see, I didn't
And
like
with the
Wayne at
music
first.
just sounded like that, man. Like
I didn't like
if
Wayne
you
at all.
listen to
To
jokers
me,
now, that's what they sound like.
remember our generation when Wayne was still in the Hot Boys, like the worst diss you could get was like a Little Wayne motherfucker. Like that was the worst shit. Like Wayne was the wackest shit to me when he was doing the Hot Boy shit. It was when he came out with that Go DJ track and he started freestyling, right? That's when Wayne got nice. When he started freestyling.
Oh, I had to. I liked it, Hot Boy Wayne. I
Well,
liked
you
that
from the
team.
you
I
from the,
did.
you in the dirty, and I know that in the South everybody loved Hot Boys. Everybody in the South loved Hot Boy. I ain't gonna
Well,
front.
hold on.
But
Cooks, who your
North
favorite?
Cats wasn't really
Who
feeling
your
Hot
favorite
Boys like
rapper?
that.
Huh?
Keep it a buck. Who your favorite rapper? Who your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper. Like
Yeah,
favorite. Method Man.
yeah. Like
All day, every day.
Method Man.
Method Man.
Okay. Okay.
And number two, Red Man. They're my favorites. Period.
Okay. We know
Get
Not
everybody
greatest.
else
I ain't
out.
said
What
greatest.
about you,
Hip
Wise?
hop.
What about you,
Listen to
Wise?
each
What's
other.
up? What about you? Show them fools what's up.
Well, hands down for me, it's just the time I came in is Nas.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
my. I say that's my guide. That was my guide when I was writing that, and as far as when I went back and saw, I say Rakim, but I'm gonna say Nas. I definitely, far as like the knowledge in the street, he was that perfect, and that's what I got in my stuff. So I got to give that credit to where I got it from. So
For me, it's Ghostface. My favorite rapper. My number one is Ghostface, but my top 5 Nas is there. It's Ghost, Ray, AZ, Nas, Cool G Rap, Rakim. Like them are the top, few that I personally would go. Like if I was stuck on an island and I could only have 5 MC albums to listen to, it would be them 5. But I know that I'm not saying they're the best rappers. No, I'm not trying to have that conversation. Who's the best? They're just my favorite.
you
know what I mean?
I mean, on the rate, of course, I have to say Big. I gotta say Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's KRS-One. I never heard a rapper better than KRS-One. Never, period. I never heard anybody.
I was gonna make it there.
Yeah, I never heard anybody rhyme better than KRS. I'm a super mega KRS-One
You listening
fan.
No,
the stuff he's doing now.
But see, you're older though. Nah, but Stu's like 8 years older than me. Were you 48?
9.
49. Okay, so you about 6 years. I'm 42. So that's a whole nother era. That's the KRS because KRS was their Nas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, no.
So yeah.
Listen, I just watched
not really, because when Nas came out, we showed Nas love. Like, I love Nas, man. I'm not gonna keep it a buck. But when KRS came out, the thing with Chris was we never, ever, ever, up until that point, heard nobody rhyme like that. Like the complexity of the rhyme was just like it was off the chart. And then not only was it off the chart, he was just like, I'm the best out there. And nobody said nothing. And he proved it. He was like, anybody can get it. And when he did a show, one time, he was doing.
He said, "Oh, I'm number one. Oh, I'm sorry, I
up.
lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5."
Nah, he was performing. I'm still number 1 live, and then he messed up on the lyrics, and then he was like, hold on, let me kick freestyle. Let me go freestyle, and he went freestyle right there, live on stage, just kick, and it was dope. It was
every show.
It was like, this Joker, like like some of the stuff I heard him say, like when Nelly tried to diss him.
He's one of the only rappers that ain't afraid to freestyle at every show.
Right.
That's a good point you brought up.
Dissing them.
I hated that moment. I was 16 years old, and this go into that age of conversation. I was telling somebody about that. They love to bring up age. It's like That's why I say it's important to pass the music down. I hated when Nelly was going at him, and I was 16. I was
Mm.
Right.
listening. I remember that vividly. Everybody was like jumping on Nelly's side, like, "Oh, the old guy, get out of here." I was 16. I was like, "No, Nelly need to
Yeah,
sit the fuck down."
because Nelly said something
Yeah.
about
Nelly said,
he
yeah.
was like
He
he was
did the
like
shit out of
old
them.
rappers. Yeah, he was like old rappers. What he said? Oh, boat done left it and ain't boat done sank and then ain't left the dock.
Yeah,
Your
yeah, yeah,
old records album flops. Old rappers,
yep.
yeah.
And
And
remember
he
KRS
started
was
that.
Tupac,
like, yeah,
Tupac, old
remember
rappers
KRS,
trying to
remember
advance. It's
Chris,
all over now. Take it like a man.
yeah, remember Chris was like, because he said something about Chris' nose, and Chris was like, "This nose on my face is because I'm a descendant from kings, but that
Right.
acne on your face is from eating bad things." You know?
Right.
He did- and then he was just like, "The real hip hop is over here. The real
Yeah.
hip hop." That was, bruh. That was epic. You
But I
Mhm.
couldn't
would have
come
thought,
back from that.
who you think came first? Is when I went back and did my homework, I jumped back and said, for me, like I said, for me it was Nas. Nobody was touching Nas, and then I went back and saw Rakim, and then I said, okay, I had to check myself. That's how I got into
Yeah.
Rakim.
That's the God right there.
Nas let me into Rakim because then when I said it's almost like I was watching, looking at
He was in
basketball highlights.
Ghostface. Sorry, go ahead.
I was looking at basketball highlights one time. And you see Jordan doing the jump from the free throw line, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's amazing. And then I was with an older cat, and he showed me, now let me show you something. And he showed me Dr. J jumping from the
Mhm.
free throw line in the '70s, and I said, see, this is
Yeah.
how they hide stuff.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they
Yep.
put it all on Jordan, like for my generation is Jordan, but I didn't know it till he showed me Dr. J, and that's how I felt when I saw Rakim. And I
Yo,
was
Mhm.
that's
like,
the
wait a minute.
same thing happened to me when Jordan was out. I had never seen like a lot of highlights from Dr. J, and then I saw him like the one where he jumped out of bounds, switched hands, went from his
He was doing
left to his
yeah.
right. He was out of
Oh
bounds
my,
in the air,
oh
floated
my God.
He
sideways,
started
and
doing them
laid the
crazy shit
joint
back
up and
then.
came. And the refs was looking at each other like, "Yo, was that legal? Like, wait a minute, hold up." Like they had to talk about it. They was like,
Yeah,
"Hold up," and they was like, "Yeah, that's a basket." Yeah,
I had to take a
I mean,
commercial
Doc was
break.
nasty, bro. Yeah, Doc was nasty.
Yeah.
Doc was super nasty.
But yeah,
And that's
even
how I
Dunking
felt.
Ghostface,
on
even
jokers.
Ghostface was like he was like the only God. Rakim is the only MC
He is.
you know what I'm saying, that say is better than me. And a lot of MCs will say that, bro. Rakim is that's the God. That's you know what I mean. That's
Yeah,
the hip
I
hop.
wasn't. I wasn't here for
Neither.
the one.
Big
I
L is
wasn't here for the '80s,
On
but I
y'all
would
list.
say,
Oh, we love Big L. Blink. We
Big
love Big
L is
L too.
high on
Blink.
my. You know what the thing
Yeah,
with
Big
Big
L is
L?
high.
Big
We
L,
didn't
it's
get
like
enough
Big
of them.
L,
We just didn't
Big
get enough of
Pun.
Big L.
We just didn't get enough of them, man. Big L and Pun would
Yeah, we didn't
definitely
get
be
enough
up
of Big L.
there
Yeah, bro.
on that top
Because right
five,
when
but I
Big L
can't give
blew
a
up,
top five spot to somebody with one album,
yeah, when Big L blew up, that's when
even
he
if
got
it's as
moved
dope
out.
as it is.
It was
Yeah.
I
dope.
didn't go off the albums though. Like I took it at with as far as them two. It's funny because I had to sit back. I had to pause the video watching the interview with Drez. Drez just talked about that. He said he was
Mhm.
actually up under He was up under L, and he said actually he put L a few notches. I mean, no, he put Pun a few notches ahead of L. And I was like, whoa. I had
Mm.
to really think about that. Like
Yeah,
just
I
more.
could go with that. I can go with that.
He's his
If you
wordplay, you
listen
know,
to pun,
dead
if
in the
you listen
middle
to
of
pun
literally,
wordplay,
dude.
yeah, yeah. If you
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
pun word, you know who said that
Hold
too?
on
Fat
now.
Joe. He said pun might have rapped fast. He said, but if you slow it down and you
He's
listen to it,
saying shit. Yeah.
he's saying something. He's like,
Right.
because
Right.
Joe said I had to do it. He said I was like, yo, what did this Joker just say? He said, and
Yeah.
then he said the same
Yeah.
thing like Blink. He said his bars was crazy. He said pun
Yeah.
was spitting, man. And he said
They
you
said
just,
this.
man. He said he
That
was just
interview where
fast
they
with
said
the way he rapped.
that dude could eat and spit at the same time. I was like, yeah, I love porn. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah, I believe
Pun
that.
was a
Yeah,
beast.
Pun was the man, bro. Pun was the beast, man. Nas was a beast, and I agree with you on that too. On that too, wise. A lot of people, RZA said it best. Nas was a master MC, and RZA said
Yeah.
that. RZA said the
At
only person
16.
who rapped better than me at the age that he was Nas, because he said Nas had mastered it by the time he was like 15, 16. He said I was like 19, 20 when I mastered it, when I mastered being a master MC. But he said Nas is the only person that ever beat me at that. And he was like, I take my hat off to him. He said, because Nas really was a master MC at that age, at that young age. He mastered it. Like even now, Nas got a cult following. I don't care what nobody
Oh
say.
yeah,
That Joker
he
got a
always
straight
will.
cult following. Yeah, he's
He
straight.
always.
I mean, cult
It's like
following.
Wu
Not,
Tang, like Wu Tang got a
yeah,
cult following. You know
they
what I
got a
mean?
cult
That's
following. Rakim got a
groups
cult following.
like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like we say all the time. Like these new cats. Like in 10 years, they not gonna be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even the cats that
End of
love
this
them today
decade,
ain't gonna like them then.
End of this decade, a
They
lot of
got
jokers,
no
because a lot of
stand
these
power.
a lot of these young cats gonna grow up and they're gonna be like, damn, I was listening to that. They're gonna be like, damn, that
Word.
shit,
I'm scared.
it don't appeal to me.
There's
Yeah.
no bars, bro. There's no bars.
Being in it right now, I'm scared for where it's gonna be 10 years from now. Just hearing y'all say that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I'm
but
telling
I
cats
think
that now. I'm like,
I think history repeat itself, and I think right now we in the 80s and fashion wise, and we in the future hip hop wise, but hip hop gonna come back, man, and it's not gonna ever leave because you gonna always have people that love it. It's always gonna be people that do it. It's just getting the industry
the 80s
to play.
really was so
They want to do
diverse though,
something
man.
different.
The
The
80s was
80s
so
was very
diverse.
diverse.
It was very diverse because you had the hip hop culture. Then you had the people that wore the Michael Jackson jack. Then you had that erogenous, them jokers that dressed
Yeah,
erogenous, like Prince and
right.
all them.
Prince
Then
and
you
all
had
of
the
them.
guys that wanted to look like they wanted that preppy look. You had the that preppy look. You had all that. So
They had the
it was real.
headbangers and the punk rock.
Yeah, you had that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the goth. You had that, and then goth was making his rise. So it was like, and then you had the steampunk. People was dressing steampunk. So it was the 80s was real diverse, man. Now it's either one thing or it's not. Like you got white kids, black kids, Puerto Rican, they all dress the same.
Well,
Everybody.
see,
New York
and
look like LA right now.
yeah,
Like,
because we and why no, like Wise was saying earlier, like it's because like why we had substance and culture because there were regions to hip hop. Hip hop, the South had its thing, but the Northeast
and
had
that's
its
cool.
thing. The West
Right.
Coast
And
had
that
its
was
thing.
cool. Right.
That
And
was
we
dope.
needed that.
Like,
Right.
yeah,
We
we
need those
needed
flavors.
them different
We
regions.
needed them flavors. Right. We needed those flavors,
The
man.
internet melted it all together. It took all them different, them different flavors and put them in one pot, stirred it together, and pulled out a fucking clown. That's what, you know what I mean? And so it's everybody's doing the same thing. Everyone sounds the same. Everyone want to use auto tune, and everyone want to look like the same cat. And where, you know what I mean? Like hip hop was very diverse back in the day, and it was all about being original and being different. And yeah, like West Coast had a very unique. They had their shit. It was very different. East Coast had its shit. It was
I
very
watched the
different.
documentary. I watched the
South.
documentary, and I think it was either Grandmaster Cass or it's one of them. They was like when we did a party, and they said people come from all over New York. They was like you could tell literally where cats was from just by how they dressed. Like you knew.
Yeah.
They said the cats from Brooklyn dressed a certain way. The ones from Harlem, they dressed a certain. The ones from Manhattan, Uptown. They said the Bronx. They all had their own. It's just unique to their borough. And you knew, like you would look at like he from
Yeah, it's a Brooklyn cat.
She from Brooklyn. Yeah, or that joke, or he from the Bronx. He was like he said literally, that's how it was. Like you could tell. It was like it was no way.
And especially
you got on like you.
Especially when you're talking about like the West Coast. Like if you see somebody from the West Coast, they from the West Coast. You see somebody from Texas, they from Texas. Like
Texas, yeah.
It everyone had their own culture, their own thing, and now it's just the internet, social media brought everyone together in a way. People think it divides people, but it actually brought all these cultures together in a big melting pot, and everyone's looking at the same pictures and listening to the same thing, and watching the same video and getting the same.
Now the industry's
influence.
winning. The industry's winning. The industry finally got their wish to be able to dictate what gets put out and what don't. Because remember, rapping in the 90s, they didn't dictate nothing. An artist would be like, man, this is what I'm putting out. This is my music. And they would leave. And they would leave and another joint would pick them up. Or they just put it out. Like when Ice Cube dropped America's Most Wanted, this is no lie. He sold 1 million copies through word of mouth. No video, no airplay.
Tapes out the trunk.
Yeah, no nothing. 1 million copies, word of mouth. Jokers just went, yo, let me get that America's Most Wanted. Go right in the record store. Yo, let me get that.
with no radio play. Like a lot of
radio
MCs back
play.
then. Yeah,
No
like
video.
even
No
Wu-Tang got
nothing.
banned from the radio from Hot 97 and all that,
Yeah.
and they still. But you know, Ice-T, like he said it, he never was on the radio. You know what I mean? It's a lot of cats that never got radio play and blew up back then with no internet.
No internet.
That's
saying something, bro.
That's hustle.
That's when I started to realize that that's what me hearing that is what that was dangerous for me, because then that's when I started to be like, yeah, that radio, I don't need it.
Oh, I don't fuck with the radio.
You don't.
I don't need it.
You don't. But I will take my hat off to the South. They were the ones that changed the game to, like, the South was the one that changed the game to, you know, if you putting it out and you doing it yourself, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah.
They were doing that. They was the ones knocking. They was knocking that out. They was like, oh, if a label came to them, they was dictating their own terms. Yeah, they was like,
cats would turn down
like,
deals.
I'm hood famous. Like, I'm hood famous.
Yeah.
I'm making, you know what I mean?
I knew cats would turn down deals. He'd be like, I sell 100,000 tapes for $10 a piece.
I'm doing
That's
shows.
$1 million.
I'm doing I'm doing shows. I'm making tapes. I'm printing my own CDs. Like, what I need you for?
Yeah, like, I got my own. I make every dollar off my CD sale.
Man, I got a little studio. Right, I got a little studio. Yeah, I got me a little studio. I'm doing it. They were the ones that changed the game to where they were dictating what they wanted to the record industry. It was like, nah, I want this, I want that, I want this.
And that's why the beats,
his distribution deals.
Yeah, Mr. Master P, Hot Boys, all of them. Because that's why the beats are very, you know, unique, that not sample heavy, no live. You know, it's just very, you know, that Southern sound, because cats was doing it in their bedroom. They had their own little, you know, MPC 2000. They doing their own thing, you know, making their own beats and all of that.
Because Master P said, if you was from New Orleans, he said, if you was from New Orleans, there's a certain, I forget what he called it, but it's on Netflix. I forget. It's a show called Hip Hop Evolution. And when they did the New Orleans, all of them from New Orleans said that. There's like, it's a certain tempo that we got in New Orleans that's just popular in New Orleans. And there's like,
bounce.
You play that.
We got bounce.
Yeah, the bounce. Yeah, that bounce. That's what he said. He said it's got to be bounce. If it ain't got no bounce, he said they ain't messing with it. And so he said we had to had to have that bounce in it.
Dude, that show you talking about, I watched that twice on Netflix.
Yep.
That's probably one, to my opinion, that's one of the best hip hop teaching shows that you can watch if you don't know nothing, and if you do know something. That's one of the best hip hop shows to watch. That little dude, he went everywhere. I mean, he went all around.
Yes,
it was
he
like
did.
I learned from that show. Like, I need to watch it again so I can catch up.
I'm gonna check it out, man.
Yeah, you got
Hip Hop Evolution. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, they break it down. They break it down hard. They break it down real hard.
Because I know they definitely got to bounce out. I mean, they definitely got a difference in places like here that's still, and that's why I respect the South. I always tell the cats, I'm in New Orleans right now. They got a New Orleans bounce.
Yep.
That's why I told Cooks. I was so glad that I had the respect for the South, because I was in '98 when I found Juvenile. I never was against the South, but that's how the media stuff get to. I'm like, dude, when I first heard Juvie, I'm talking about just him alone, aside from the Hot Boys. I used to want to be in the Hot Boys. Man,
Juvie 400 Degrees was a classic. 400 Degrees is a classic.
400 Degrees?
Yeah.
400 Degrees is a classic. I don't give a fuck what anybody say.
I'm Tim's, and I'm Black Hoodie, like Big
Word.
Hoodies and Tim's and everything. Yep. But in '98, the first album I bought on my own as a kid was 400 Degrees.
400 Degrees.
I'm so New York. So that's why I'm like, I know to have that respect.
Dog rap. Yeah, 98 Mercedes on TV. I bought that.
I can actually play that CD all the way through. No change. Yeah. Except for the last song.
I met the Hot Boys, all of them.
Yeah. Remember when he came with that? Get it from my mama. Oh, that was hot, bro. And Juvie just had the hooks. Like, he just had hooks. Like, he was like, like
Ghetto Children. Ghetto Children on 400 Degrees, man.
Yeah, I didn't follow. I didn't go past that. Like, it's not. I didn't listen to none of their other stuff, but 400 Degrees. That album right there.
400 Degrees. I liked the Juvie's first joint. His
Soldier Rag
joint was tight.
Soldier Rags was
That joint was hot.
Soldier Rag.
That joint was hot, bro. Listen,
Wayne had that track. Wayne had that track about my brothers.
Come on, man. Y'all can't front on back then. That was a hit.
That was a good time. That's what I mean by. That's why I'm glad that I came up in the time that I got here for in the Cedar 90s. Because when I was looking in the source and listening to Juvie, at the same time I was still listening to. I remember when dude was just the light skinned rapper with the big lips was Jay-Z. And he was I was playing him in the house all the time, and his stuff was different. And I was listening to Big. So it was just like that's the contrast between like now, like it was room for cats to be different and it was accepted as opposed to now where everybody got to be on.
Trick Daddy drop.
But you had to be different.
www.thug.com.
Everybody would dish you if you came out sounding like somebody.
Crazy.
No.
Remember KRS said it. Got to have style. Learn to be original, but everybody's gonna want to dish you. And that's true. They was like, man, get out of here. You sound like such and such. Like Russell Simmons said the biggest mistake he ever made in his career was not signing Nas to Def Jam because he thought he sounded like Cool G-Rap. And everybody else didn't. Everybody else was like, he don't sound nothing like G-Rap.
Nas said he sound,
he said he don't sound nothing. G-Rap was the one that brought him to Russell Simmons.
There you go.
Nah, man.
There you go.
He was like, nah, he don't sound nothing like me.
Yeah.
And they don't. They two totally different styles.
And that's why when I look at the record, what's the record that they did with G-Rap and Nas? Fast Life. That's how that record became. When they did the Fast Life, because everybody was like Nas was sounding like trying to sound like G-Rap. I'm like, no, we predecessors of that. I'm the predecessor of G-Rap. That's another mention that I definitely got to say.
G-Rap. That's my top 5 right there. G-Rap.
Yeah, G-Rap came out. G-Rap took the rap world by storm. We was like, dang,
how come nobody ever talk about Lord Finesse? Because Lord Finesse was dope too.
Oh, Lord
Cooks
Finesse
don't do that.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
I had to.
Yeah,
Finesse got lyrics. Well, that'll be something that I'll be putting it into.
That digging in the crates crew. All them jokers got lyrics.
I'm from that area.
Oh, Finesse, man.
Yeah, those are the guys. Listen, I want a Showbiz beat right now.
Showbiz AG.
Back in the days, that was that heat. But yeah, man.
We want to hear that joint.
Remember what y'all remember Wise and Reno? Remember what I told y'all the other day? I got another one for y'all. Remember when I told y'all I found in that not the Pac thing, but the Ghostface thing. Remember what I told y'all? I found another one. This different though. Y'all like this. You listen to Stu. Y'all know the Method Man video, Makeups to Breakups?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know in the end when they get to fighting, when they get to fighting.
Yeah.
Did y'all see 50 Cent in there?
Yo, I kind of got a story. Yeah,
50 in there. I caught that. I was like, whoa, 50 was in this video. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Get out. I ain't noticed
that. When he was
watch that.
And Stu, I'm gonna tell Stu because I ain't get a chance. Stu, you remember the skit when Ghostface was talking about the wallabies and the marble cake and all that? Remember that?
Shark biters.
Yeah. Shark biters.
You remember when they remember that? Do you remember? You know when the skit about to go off? Do you remember hearing that song?
Yeah.
Do you know what song that was?
Nah. What was it?
Yeah.
That was the St. Ives commercial that they did.
Yeah.
They been listening to themselves.
Yep.
You might be right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's right.
Right. Yeah. I gotta go back and listen to that. Because I had Cooks. I got a cassette tape, Cooks, with all the St. Ives commercials on it that Ice Cube did.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you one question. That Nate Dogg song there jumping so hard.
For what? The St. Ives joints?
On that St. Ives, that Nate Dogg song that's on there because Snoop rapping in it.
Yeah, I got them joints. I know they came out with a few of them, but I got the one with Ice Cube. And it's all Ice Cube on that joint. All Ice Cube.
And you know what?
Snoop
I didn't know. Some. You know, in Boys in the Hood, at the end when he going to talk to Trey, I didn't know he had a St. Ives ball in his hand.
Yeah, he was like, I'm from the old school. He got the. He was like, I got the old school 8-ball. He's like, nah, I need that odds.
I was like, damn. When he was going to talk to Trey at the end of the movie. And I was like, he had a St. Ives ball in his hand. I was like, get the very beginning
scene. Yeah, the first scene in the movie when they walk in the store. Remember the beginning?
I didn't
first walk in the movie. He's like, yeah, I got to get that odds, and he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm fucking with the old school. I get the OE. That was the
See, I
first
didn't know
scene.
he did.
That was universal because all I seen in the house, my beginning days was St. Al bottles.
Ain't I?
Yeah, we was
Yeah.
all drinking
All
St.
we used
Eyes.
to drink was
Yeah, we was all
OE.
drinking the eyes.
We
Yeah,
drink
we was
OE.
all
we had
drinking
OE.
that joint.
Yeah, we had OE down here. We had OE.
Yeah, we was
Eyes
drinking
came, but
OE, eyes,
OE in this now. Yeah.
Red Bull, Blue Bull. Drinking that hard,
That
bro.
8-ball.
Yeah, St. Eyes was the beer of choice back then.
yeah.
Yeah. It was that
It
ball
was.
too.
And you had to have the 40 ounce. Had that. And then when they came up with deuces, please. They just lost their minds. Came up with deuce. See, why is laughing? Because you know I'm right. Deuce,
Yo, when I
64
got
ounce
when
with
I,
the jug. Remember the 64 ounce beer
44
with the little
ounce.
ring?
I was getting ready to say,
Fucking jug.
when I got of age and I went into the little bodega and I'm like looking, I'm like trying to get something to drink. And then I looked down there, I was like, and it took me right back to the kid. And I'm like, I never got it. And I was like, you know what? Let me see that. I took it out. I was like, yo, Poppy, how much is this? And he was like, oh, that's just $3. I was like, yo, this is a gallon. This is $3.
It got a jug on it. It got a ring,
was like, this is
a hand
why-
grip, a ring,
this
a
is why
finger
my-
grip.
This is why the old heads was always on this shit. I was like,
Yeah.
I
Cheap.
was like, okay. This is why they was
That was,
always on this shit. Like,
Oh, what was that?
Y'all
that
check
came,
this out.
That
Watch
was,
this. What?
Nah, go ahead.
Oh,
Because I can't remember the name of the beer you talking about. That was
Oh yeah, coming through with my showering crew. 2 cents for a case, give me St. Oz brew. In the mix of broken bottles and crushed up cans. Met the cows in the jam, or I'll try.
With St. Odds in my system, crack another, I'm blessed. Let's go get the next one and get over. The object is to stay sober.
how young you look, bro.
Down my shoulder. Wallaby champ stressed out, could never be son. Ricochet jelly.
Wallaby champ.
Naturally blessed, yes. My rap is like a laser beam.
Yeah,
Like a laser beam.
yeah.
I,
And that
I
was
don't-
playing at the end.
I don't drink that stuff now, but I definitely got
No.
one. I had to get one time just to see.
No.
yeah, nah.
Just to,
You
Bro,
might mess
I went back
You
and
might
tried
mess
to
around,
sit
need a
down.
new kidney. You might need a new kidney after drinking that joint.
I don't know how I was.
You
I
gonna be a
knew I
candidate
had
for
to
a
leave it
kidney
alone.
transplant, bro.
Yeah,
You
I
might need
knew
a
I
kidney
don't know
transplant.
how we
Drink
was drinking that
motherfucker.
shit.
Yeah, we drinking that hard too, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I see it. I used to see it so much. I'm like, you think
Used
about
to
the
get it
nights. I had to
tasted.
do it one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had what was the other Power Master? We was drinking Power Master. Oh, that had jokers jumping off of buildings. Power
Cobra,
Master, man, that
King
shit.
Cobra, some
Cobra,
shit. We
King
had Cobra.
Cobra.
Kobe
Coke
used to
45.
kill
Yeah.
down here, boy.
Yeah.
Woo.
I said, I was
Yeah.
like,
Michelob Light Ultra.
I was on the Michelob. I was on the Michelob, just
Lavish.
regular Michelob though. I'm talking about the regular in the
Regular.
amber bottle. I was on the Michelob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
peel the paper
Michelob Light,
off.
Michelob
Peel the
Ultra.
Paper. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then you had
Champagne beers.
oh no, remember Miller
That
High
Crazy
Life.
Horse.
Crazy Horse, yeah,
Mhm.
Crazy
Mad
Horse. I
Dog.
like the bottle. Yo, I like the bottle of
Cisco.
Crazy Horse. The bottle was dope. When you put the crazy, I don't care what nobody say. I drank one day and just kept the bottle just because I like the way the
Yeah.
bottle looked.
yeah.
Yeah, that
bottle.
bottle was dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I ain't
Crazy
gonna
Horse
hold.
bottle was dope.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ran into some coming out
Colt
here.
45.
I ran into some Mad Dog 2020. I had to see what that was about.
Ooh.
I wrote some
Ooh.
crazy stuff off of it one night.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I was
like,
getting ready to say you probably wrote some spooky. You probably woke up in
Yeah.
there. It was a,
You wrote some
Damn,
inside the
like,
back
like
cave
that.
type shit.
all right, yeah, like you went to another dimension.
Yeah.
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 A Red Man There's the
Yeah.
dark side.
Yeah, you was on one
Yeah.
of them joints. Yeah. And then remember the ice beers. Remember the ice beers was real popular, like
Yeah.
like
Bud
early,
Ice
like
and all
late
that.
90s, early 2000s. You had
Yeah.
Bud Ice,
Ice
Mickey
House.
Ice
Ice
House.
House. I don't see that no more.
Yeah.
It's
Remember,
still
I
got.
tell you-
It's still in there.
I tell you a cheap
Fucking
beer that got you
211
messed
is
up.
that
It was
crazy
cheap.
shit now. That
Well,
211.
Remember
Steel Reserve.
Steel Reserve. Steel Reserve get you towed up.
Still
up.
reserved.
I mean,
My God.
Yeah,
Yes,
don't
sir.
touch that. Why? Don't touch that still.
Yeah.
You see that? Don't
Stay
touch
back.
that. Don't
Back.
fuck with that. Why? Don't mess with that. Don't go.
and
Why?
don't ever
go
bring
in
no
there.
Oh,
Four Loko.
11.
Sir,
My
Well,
man,
we-
don't go in there.
We
You
my
thought
robbed
you
man-
your
wrote
ass.
some dark.
You ever had a
man-
Four Loko?
You thought you wrote some dark lyrics
Four Loco, yeah.
when you drank that MD. You drink that Steel Reserve. Boy, you going to jail.
it's gonna be
You going to
crazy.
jail. You going to jail.
Mm.
That
My
Mickey
man,
Straight up going to jail.
listen, my main
Red
evil,
Stripe.
my main evil that still got me, and it being from the Bronx, it being for that time is I can't shake it a little bit, but I don't drink a lot. But it's Hennessy. That's
man.
Oh yeah.
you
Gotta
know,
fuck.
I don't drink Hennessy, man, but I know what you're
Crown
talking
Royal
about.
for me.
Hennessy
Crown
rough
Royal
for
for
me,
me.
man.
I like
I drink it,
Patron,
man.
man.
It just go down rough for me, man. I can drink, but it go down rough. I don't know why,
Yeah,
man. I can
I
never
be
get used
sipping,
to it.
man. You gotta sip it, man.
Cognac has a
That's what it is. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
I like
It
cognac.
just go down too rough for me, man.
Whiskeys and
Nah.
brandies and brown liquors.
Seagram gin. I'm a whole different
Seagram
person.
was
I'm the
my
evil
shit.
cook. The evil cook if
Yeah.
I drink Seagram gin.
The evil cook. You drink some
Seagram
gin.
was that
Yeah,
go-to
gin.
back in the day.
Yeah,
Seagram
Yeah,
and
they
Ghost
say they say
and
gin. They
that
say
seven,
gin bring it
Seagram
out of you, though.
7.
Yeah, they say.
they do.
Yeah, they say gin bring it out of you,
Seagram 7.
boy. They say that
Yeah.
gin
That's
bring
See,
it out.
pumping fake.
I'm chill
Like,
when
yeah.
chill when I'm on Henny. I see I could do it because I'm chill. Like I don't get wild or nothing. But trust,
Yeah,
I
man.
done had to break up a lot of fights and almost gunfights off of Henny. That's why I'm like, so
Henny,
yeah,
I
you
don't
got
believe
to
that.
be
They say if
cool.
you They say if you
Yeah.
got the devil and you drink some gin, it'll bring. That's how they used to
Yeah.
perform exorcisms back in the day.
The exorcism.
They used to, they used to just give it. They used to
Man.
make the joker drink. They used to tie him down, pour gin down their
This
throat.
will back his ass
devil
up.
would come
Bloop,
out.
bloop, bloop, bloop,
They
bloop.
said the devil come out. Yeah. They said the devil
This how
come out.
we used to do. We used to get
That
the
wasn't
bumpy
holy
face
water. That was
bottle.
gin. They was giving them.
We
They
used
was
to get
pouring on
that
them.
Yeah.
with the Budweiser. We take a shot of gin and then we'll kill it with the Budweiser. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's how
wow.
we used to do. I grew out of that though, because that didn't last long. It didn't last long. I grew
It
out
ain't
of
gonna
that
let you
fast.
gonna be locked up. That's why you
Cooks,
gonna be locked
Grapefruit
up.
juice.
You keep
man,
drinking
nah,
that.
son. Come on, Cooks. I
Grapefruit juice.
don't even want to know your bad side like that.
I was fucked up, man. I was fucked
Yeah,
up, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
I don't want
Cooks.
to
If
see
you
a
go to
mean
hey
cook.
Cooks, check this out. If you go to
Huh?
7-Eleven, right, and you get you some Tanqueray and mix it with
Mhm.
Coca-Cola
Ooh, that shit.
Slurpee, woo,
He said
Mm.
Tanqueray.
yeah, try that out. Tanqueray and Coke Slurpee,
That's-
try that out.
I know I'll
Try
be
that
on.
out,
I know I'll
man.
be on that from the past. I know, and I'll be on it too a little bit sometimes. E and J.
That Irk and jerk.
Yeah.
See, now that makes
Irk and
that
jerk.
shit
Irk and jerk.
nauseous, bro. That Irk and jerk. Ooh.
Eric and
Ooh.
Jake, you talking about you talking about punching
Ooh.
through a car window.
That old brandy.
Car window now.
Word.
You will do it.
That's
You
what you
will
talking
do it
about.
too.
You trying
Brandy.
He will
you
do it.
trying yeah,
Bourbon.
Eric and Jerk.
Try to fight the whole
Yeah.
club. You will do it.
Yeah.
Stu,
And
Stu,
they got-
what was you
and they
doing
got-
back? Stu, what was you doing back in the
Man.
'90s, son? What was
Wow,
you doing?
listen, bro.
Man.
And they got flavor. I got it in.
Earl
Right?
and James.
I used to drive around with a case of 40s in the trunk of my car.
Yeah. Nah, always.
You
Case
could
Giant
do
cooler.
that. You could do that though.
Listen, I used to get off
You should
work.
get
Me
a
and my
case
boy,
like-
we get off work. We walk into the car, be like, yo, man, you got beer? Yeah, I got beer. We go just stand there at the trunk, man, listen to some music.
Go to the trunk.
And before we start driving to go home, we kill a 40 and then go home.
That's real though.
Freaky.
That's
And knock
real.
off a 6-pack when we get home with dinner.
It's a shame, man. We drink and
Yeah.
drive like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause
bro.
hey,
Yeah.
Stu, tell me if I'm right. You're gonna have your drink for fun, and then you got your personal drink at the house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was
that's how I
like
used to do
Easy
with
said.
weed too. Remember, we used to get
Oh yeah.
in the South. We get them nickel bags, dime bags, and we get like 5 for $20 and put one in the back. That's for when I get home. That's my
That's when I
dolo
get to
right
the
there,
crib.
right? Right. We
Right.
smoke these other
Yeah,
four with
facts.
homies.
Man. We used to listen. It was like
Need
Easy
my
E
dolo
said.
bag.
Yeah, we was like Easy. Police on my drawers. I had to pause. 40 ounce in my
Yeah.
lap and it's freezing my
Hell,
ball. That's how we was getting down with the 40 in your lap, hitting that joint.
Mm-hmm. He
Got
ain't
that joint in
driving.
your
He
lap,
ain't
bro.
bullshitting.
We ain't
Man,
driving with
we
no
used to
gun in
drink
our
and
lap. I had a
drive.
40 in my lap. I had a 40 in my
Right.
lap
Right.
back then, bro. Hard too. Drinking it.
That's
If I
real.
got a straw long enough, I'll be hitting it with a straw. You just
That's
blink,
With the
real.
that's it.
straw. Nah,
That's
with
Drink with a
real.
straw.
I
That's
done
how you
seen
get
it. That's
fucked
real.
up.
That's
Yeah.
real.
That's
That
how you
joint
get
hard,
fucked.
bro. Yeah, man.
That's
I'll tell you
real.
some stories about some 40s, man. Listen, matter of fact, we used to take, tell me if y'all did this. We used to take Old English and what was that other beer? Guinness. We used to take Guinness. We used to drink the Old English halfway down and then fill it up with the Guinness. It turned dark black. We used to call that
Oh
Kunta.
wow.
We used to call that Kunta. And then drink that.
That's that
Drink
Kunta
that.
Kinte?
I be walking
Yeah, we
on
called
my
it Kunta.
forehead.
Yeah. Y'all
Golly.
ain't never drink no Kunta? Y'all never drank no
Mm-mm.
Kunta?
No.
Mm-mm.
What?
I had that OE. I got a bottle of OE one time. Man. Oh,
Never
had
had
saw me
that.
with
Sound
that
like you
bottle.
ain't got. 1 foot and shit
Listen,
wobbling.
Wise, go to the store, get you some OE and get you some Guinness Stout and mix it together. That's called Kunta.
I'm gonna
Mix
do it.
that up. Mix
I'm gonna
that
do
up.
it.
Drink that.
You know
Then
what
get
though?
back to
Guinness,
it. Get back
you know
to
what though?
it.
Guinness
And look
though,
how dark
do
it
it.
is. Make
All right,
sure you put it in a clear
Guinness
glass
is
so you can see
it's
how
black.
dark it is.
It's dark, right? You can't
Huh?
see through you can't see through Guinness. Like this shit is dark.
That's kind of
But
scary.
it looks, bro. It looks like it's gonna be so nasty. But I
It's
promise
good,
you,
bro.
Guinness is like the
Yeah, that
smoothest.
might look spooky.
It's
But
like the smoothest, best tasting beer. It tastes
And
better
when you
than a
mix it with
Budweiser.
OE, when you mix it with OE, it's a whole it's a
I
whole
fuck
nother
with
level.
Guinness. Yeah,
It's a whole
Guinness
nother
is
level.
dope.
It take you to a whole nother dimension.
Try
You
some
want
Guinness,
listen, if you
y'all. Try some
hey
Guinness.
Wise, if you got
Broaden
writer's
your
block,
horizon.
mix up some Kunta. Mix you some
you
Kunta.
shouldn't have said. Oh, see now.
Broaden
Mix
Yeah.
your
you some
horizon.
Kunta.
Okay.
Mix you
Broaden your
some Kunta.
horizon.
And then get back. Mix you some Kunta and then get back to it.
All right. I'm gonna definitely
Yes,
try
sir.
that ASAP.
Yeah, broaden your
Yes,
horizon,
sir.
man. Fuck with some
Have me
Guinness.
out there with the cellar dwellers at.
My boy. My boys right
Realms,
there.
realms in
My
reality.
Yeah.
My
Like,
boys
You know
right
what I
there.
mean?
wearing a
Cellar
kilt.
dwellers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Kanye with a
Cook
kilt
said
on.
Cook's gonna try some Kunta too. Cook's looking, he thinking, he's like, I'm gonna get me some Kunta. I can't
No, I'm
believe
thinking
y'all
about the
never
other
had Kunta.
thing you said, that Tangeray and that icy shit you talking about. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, Tangeray.
Slurpee,
Listen,
Tangeray.
y'all never had Tangeray and Coke Slurpee? Man, come on.
Mm-mm.
Nah. Only thing I know
Listen,
about Tangeray is pop.
get you a Slurpee cup, fill it halfway with
My
Tangeray,
homie Dr. Dre
and
came
then fill
through
it up
with
with
a
Slurpee.
gang of
And then put the
Tangeray.
Slurpee on top of it. Listen,
Oh,
especially in the
that's
summer.
dangerous.
Especially in
Nah,
the summertime.
Stu, you wild.
Especially in the summertime. Woo! Especially in the summertime. Woo! I'm trying to tell you. Woo!
See, I know the females that showed me that like mixing like flavor with like, especially as I'm always on Henny. Everybody know I'm on there like Henny, and they be like, "Now you got to put some flavor on it." That's when it get dangerous. When you can't, when the Henny get like, you can't really taste the Henny. I had that. I let a joint do that to me one time. I was wild, and I climbed up on the top of the house, like
Man.
like
Man.
I'm like,
Man.
you see,
Now,
you
did
need.
you ever mix Henny and lemonade? You ever mix Henny and lemonade?
Oh,
I hear a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Yeah, I hear a lot of people do that.
Henny,
Henny and lemonade.
right? Henny, yeah.
I bet it's amazing.
I can't do
Henny,
that. I don't
right
think I
is
can do
good.
that.
I'm more of a straight, like when it comes to that liquor, I'm more of a straight drinker because that sweet stuff or whatever the sweet stuff, sometimes they do a trick to my stomach. You know what I mean? Which
That's
leads
when
to
you
the
mix
most
it with.
awful headache.
That's when you mix it with sweet shit, with juice and soda and shit like
Yeah.
that. Liquor
think
will
I-
make
I-
you
I
have
like
a stomach
shots.
ache when you
Yeah,
mix
like
it with
you-
Coke. I like it.
Yeah.
Here, I like
Oh,
it.
you
neat,
like
man.
shot?
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I
neat.
like it straight.
I want to taste the
Nah, I'm
liquor.
more-
I know what I'm doing. I'm not because a cocktail, you got to drink a big ass glass of it. You mix it.
Yeah.
A shot, you just bomb.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, if
That's what I was
you
gonna
now I
say.
tell you what,
2-3 shots, you nice.
if you
You
take
feeling
a
good.
bottle, if you take a bottle of Irk and Jerk, I think it's the maple joint, the maple Irk and Jerk.
Oof.
Put it in the freezer for like a day, and then drink it. Drink
Yeah.
that joint.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
I put my liquor in the
Fuck
freezer.
out the
Whenever I have
freezer,
something, I
shit.
always
Yeah.
put it in the
Liquor
freezer.
stay
Put
in the
that joint in the
freezer.
freezer.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
that joint in the freezer till it get ice cold. You ain't gotta do it day. Do
Yeah.
like 3-4 hours, then drink
Yeah.
that joint. Yes, sir. Come back
Man,
and
Stu
talk to
gonna
me
have
again.
me in here. Stu
How
gonna
you
have me
looking
in
like
here.
this?
Hey, we
My
going
brother gonna be like, "Yo, son, what you doing?" Like,
Yeah, like,
deep
trying
into
to
the
get
matrix.
you trying to get them raps out. What is you writing?
Oh God.
Be like
yeah,
be like them
Kunta in my life.
actors, man. Like I'm studying for a new song right now.
Yeah, because you know another mixture people used to do Saint Ives and fruit punch. They do Saint Ives and fruit punch.
Woo.
I never drank it, but a lot of jokers
Well,
was on
they
that hard.
started
They said
making
it
them
was good.
Saint. I remember the Saint Ives flavor. They had
That's
like
where they got that
mango.
from. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's where they got it from.
They
Yeah,
got
jokers.
flavors.
yeah. They had
bro,
Saint
listen,
Ives. They had flavors, bro. Saint Ives. I swear they
listen,
had like mango. They had like
listen.
all
I
kinds.
got another mix for y'all. Get you some mango Rita's water ice, right? And some
Oh yeah,
vodka.
Rita's.
Get you some Grey Goose. Get you some Grey Goose and some mango Rita's water ice. Come on, man. Woo.
Yo, we got
Cook's thinking about that. Cook's
Yo,
thinking
we-
about that.
But with them Ritas and them other kind of that, they're sweet.
Yeah, get you
You
some.
know what I'm saying? If you
Listen,
get
Grey
stomach ache
Goose.
from sweet, alcohol, then you don't want to drink that shit.
Nah, that the mango is the only one that don't do that to you. The rest of them, mango and Grey Goose. Trust me, try it out. You're gonna be
Yeah, I
like,
love
"Stop."
Grey
That's
Goose.
that sound
Grey
like
Goose.
that sound like it's gonna have me trying to take somebody grandma home. I ain't even gonna lie.
You might do. You
She
might
gonna
do.
be happy. Hey, she
You
gonna be
might
happy,
wake up the
boy.
next. You might wake up the next morning and be like, "Damn, I should have listened to this joke. Damn, she had me drinking.
She gonna wake up in a
Let me
puddle of
see."
water.
Yeah, I mean, you like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang got to slide up out the bed. How Eddie Murphy slid
Word,
out the bed.
Oh
word.
man.
Yeah, you slide out the
Word.
bed. With the joys of the road, you gonna be
Bloop,
like
bloop.
that. And drink that.
Be like, I ain't trying to talk to you no more. Where your grandma at? Like, tell her to come in.
Yeah, tell her to come in. Man, she got dentures. She got dentures. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah, she better take. She better take them out. She better take them out.
Nah, I'm gonna try
She
those.
looking for a joint. Man, bro, try them joints, man.
And
I'm
New
telling you.
Orleans out here is like this is like the home of. Since I've been saying since I got here, I'm like that's what I found out here is like the home of like drinking. If you want to drink, everywhere I go out here, it's like they got like a whole setup of every liquor you could think of.
Wow.
Yeah, they do.
You going to talk to a lawyer, it's like when you come in, they like, you want a complimentary bottle of liquor? I'm like, God damn. Like
Yeah,
y'all take
yeah.
serious.
New
They
Orleans,
take drinking serious out here.
it's down there. Yeah, yeah. I've been to New Orleans. Yeah, they do that and seafood. They take
Mardi
seafood
Gras.
and liquor serious
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there.
All
See,
kind of food. Yeah, they cook a lot
Yeah,
down
nah,
yeah. We went
there.
through.
I'm on these po' boys.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
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 Oh, I
Oh
can give you
yeah.
some poor boy. Oh, I can give you a couple poor boy spots down there. Oh yes, sir.
I work.
I had some. I had a couple poor boys down. Matter of fact, you ever been to? I never knew. This is something I never knew you couldn't get. Clams Casino, real Clams Casino. You can only get it in New Orleans.
Oh, what?
Anybody else that's making, yeah, anybody else that makes Clam Casino anywhere else in the world, it ain't real Casino.
They faking,
It's
right?
got it. Yep, they figure it's the only place you can get real Clams Casino is at a spot downtown New Orleans.
I'm gonna definitely check that out. I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
find it.
downtown in the city. Yeah, I forget the name of it, but
Who's eating
you
my
know what?
Clams
I'm gonna get your
Casino?
info. I text it all to you. I
I'm
get the
like
info. I text
currency.
it all to you.
Currency ain't. I didn't know currency was talking about this. Why currency was making that music he was making.
My boy. Currency.
Yeah. But then
That
you
life.
gotta think jokers. We mixing drinks. It evolved. Then they start drinking lean. Everybody started drinking lean.
Nah, I ain't. Yeah, that's my era.
Yeah. I
I
was on
dodged
that.
that. I dodged
You
I
that.
know,
was on
Dodge
Clams
that.
that.
Casino is just clams
I was
with
on
bacon.
that.
No, sir. Look it up. You can only get
It's a
real clam. Now there's a
it's an
sauce. There's a
open
sauce
it's an
that go on
open
it.
face. Yeah, it's a half shell
Right.
clam with
Right.
bacon
But you
and green
and
peppers
that ain't
sometimes.
Oh
that's
wow.
the fake clams casino. The only way you can get
Breadcrumbs.
real because it was invented in New Orleans. There's one restaurant that makes it. It's the only place that and the guy he said we can only get it here. He said it's a certain recipe they do that they only
Word.
know the recipe for. And if you don't get it there, you ain't eating real clams casino. He said
Oh,
we the
okay.
only people
I
that
bet it's a lot of places in New Orleans that claim that shit too. It
That
is
makes
though.
sense. That makes sense because I know they take
no, they the
food.
only one. Seen it
They
on
take
Food
food
Network. I'm
serious
telling
out
you.
here too.
They take
Yeah,
food
they the
real
only
serious.
ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Word.
that's the type of place
Yeah.
that they'll say that type of shit. They'll be like, you
Nah, they the
can't.
only
If
ones.
it ain't here,
I
it ain't
seen the
real.
the guy said it. The guy said it. He said we done been to New York. He said we done been as far as New York,
Yeah.
Florida, places big. He said if you want real clams casino, that real taste, the way it's supposed to be. He said you got to come to this restaurant right here in New Orleans. It's the only place you get real clams casino.
All right, I'm gonna definitely be looking. I'm gonna definitely be asking
What's
for
the
it.
name of that restaurant though?
I forget the name of that joint. Where's damn? I got my joint with me. I got y'all, man. I hook y'all up. But
They
it's the
had
only
me.
place
They
you can
had
get it.
me.
The
I'm like,
classic
son,
recipe for Clams Casino originated in Rhode Island in a casino, of course, and that's how it's considered a staple of New England cuisine. Although many
That's a lie.
variations.
That's a lie.
I'm just saying what the
yeah, because I'm like, ain't
internet
it like
says.
clam chowder from like
Yeah, it's
New
clams.
England?
Although many variations appear across the country, the essential ingredients are Clams Casino are bacon, buttery breadcrumb topping that crisps under the broiler. Yeah, it's just It don't say nothing about New Orleans.
Type in Clams Casino, New Orleans.
But I know they do that seafood out here crazy. So.
Oh
Yeah, they
man,
do.
yeah.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
Now beignets. Now I didn't have a beignet till I came out. The beignets is good. I can eat
Yo,
them
I
joints
still
all
didn't
day.
have one.
Beignets is
What?
from Louisiana. You ain't had a beignet?
Yeah,
Oh,
nah.
Yeah,
yeah.
beignet.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
slipping. I know it's. I ain't having one yet.
Beignets, man. Listen, I was addicted to beignets and pralines when I was down that piece. Knocking them off.
Pralines.
I was
Praline.
knocking them off, bro. I was knocking them joints off, bro. I had chocolate, vanilla, egg. I was like, damn, they make them a different flavor. I was tearing them up, bro. I'm like, yo. Man,
I know
listen.
I gotta get a beignet because I know it's serious. I done heard. Yeah, I definitely heard Currency talk about those.
Clams
Yeah,
Casino
this-
is the most famous clams on the half shell recipe, usually made with little necks or cherry stones, peppers, Parmesan cheese, bacon. Best clams in New Orleans, Louisiana. There we go. Best clams in New Orleans. Best Clam Casino. Emerald Lagasse's restaurant. I know that ain't the place.
Emerald is the god. That's the god.
Père
Right?
Lapine, Mopo, Cajun Seafood, Lilette, La Petite Grocery,
I
Bevy
know
Seafood Co.
I know the
Royal
restaurant that makes it in New Orleans. It's like one of the oldest restaurants there. They like a more of a upscale restaurant.
Okay.
And,
Blue Crab Restaurant, Oyster Bar, the Italian
it's
Burrell,
downtown. I know it's
Dini
downtown New
Seafood.
Orleans.
Yeah, these are nice restaurants too. Nice restaurant.
I'll be able to find it. I know my man's know.
All seafood joints.
Don't worry, Wise. I'm coming back down. And when I come back down, we're gonna hook up, man. We're gonna
Son,
straight
definitely.
tour.
Man, why
I
when
knocks
you
it
make it
out.
down there, Stu, when you make it down there, Wise gonna be in the
What's up?
Midwest somewhere. He ain't gonna be there when you get there.
I know, right?
He gonna be
He
there.
gonna be gone. When you
Drink
get there, he
Kunta.
gonna be gone.
He gonna be going drinking Kunta. He gonna be going
He's
drinking
a
Kunta.
traveling man
Why,
right
man? You
there.
got to hit all the spots
That
up.
ass.
Listen, when I go somewhere, I hit all the spots up because I know I can't get it where I live
I'm
at.
eyeing Texas right now.
Oh
Cooks.
shit. He won't come towards
Yeah.
Alabama though. He'd have been to Florida, Tennessee, then went straight to Louisiana. Now he going to Texas.
You're gonna skip Alabama
Oh,
altogether.
That's good,
oh man,
though,
come
man.
on, let me
Nah,
in the
that's
band,
good though.
man. You
Why,
just
man?
right next
Why get
door.
it in? Why get it in now? While
Gotta
you're
roll
young,
through the
man.
band.
Travel, man. Travel.
Yeah.
Travel, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do as much. I tell people. I tell guys all the time, man. Travel, man. Get out, get somewhere, see something, man.
Yeah.
Just go see some
Yeah.
stuff, try something different, different foods, different drinks.
You got
Just
to.
and develop yourself in the culture, see what everything's about, man. Because it'll
Yeah.
change you
Mhm.
for life, man. You know,
Yeah.
you
That's
go,
my
you see what other
favorite
people
thing to do,
doing.
man.
Yeah, you go see what other people
Go to
doing, how they
different
living.
cultures. Yeah.
Yeah, try their food, everything, man. Even if you don't like it, just
Yeah.
try it. You know what I mean? Come back,
Mhm.
get some experiences, man. That's good, man. You traveling like that, bro. Travel, do it, man. Like that. Get you some beignets. Do not leave there
Yeah.
without getting a beignet.
Gotta
Nah.
get
I'm slipping. Yeah, I'm definitely.
And a
I'm gonna make
muffalata.
that
Get you a muffalata while you're down there too.
a
Get you a
muffalata.
muffalata.
That shit
Muffalata.
sound good.
You can only get a muffalata in New Orleans.
That sound like a thick woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get that muffalata. Hey, muffalata, come here.
This big mix
Yeah.
island woman, big
She sounds
Amazon
called
island
muffalata.
mix
Get
thing.
Right.
saying, go get you a muffalata when you
That's
get
what that
when you
sound
go.
like.
Right.
Ask somebody, hey, when you ask somebody down and be like, listen, say who make the best muffalata, right? Watch they tell you, they gonna be like,
All right.
what?
Muffalata
Facts.
sandwich.
They're gonna know exactly what a muffalata is.
Man, it's
Yeah.
my man because he really from here. He really from there too. So I'm definitely.
There's a spot down there too. We went to. It's like I ain't gonna lie. It was
I
like a
hope you
little
eat
hole
pork.
in the wall, and it was in the hood. It was
Okay.
in the hood. They made
Right.
some of the best fried chicken I ever had in my life, bro. We was in there dogging
Mm.
that chicken. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I can't remember
I,
the name of it,
Mm.
man. It was like
I know it was a
was literally
spot.
like a hole in the wall, man. Everybody was coming in there, white, black, Chinese. Everybody was coming up in that piece getting chicken.
Also, it's like Roscoe's in LA.
Yeah, but
I went
better.
to LA.
Roscoe's chicken and waffle.
Yeah, I went to LA, man. I was here because I always heard about that place. I never, talking about travel, I never thought I'd ever be in LA. And I went out there and then I had to go. That's why I went to Roscoe's. I'm like, everybody was coming in there. I was like, so it's really serious out there.
Mhm.
I thought they were playing like Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles as far as California, like Los Angeles. That they don't care if you from. It was people from Compton to Beverly Hills. Like I was like, oh, this serious out here.
Yeah. Yeah, they serious about
Damn, I
the
can't
chicken and
remember.
waffle.
Damn, I can't remember the place that we went to. It's in New Orleans. I mean, when I say it was, and it was small too, bro. But we was up in
Yeah,
there.
I seen some of the spots is kind of small, but it's
Listen,
I'm
Them
used
be
to
the
it
best
because
spots, bro.
that's
The
what I'm going
little,
to say.
the little cuts.
Actually, in New York, like once you get out of Manhattan, like everybody on Times Square, of course, is the main place you go to New York. That's because it's just beautiful anyway. But once you get outside of there, and I take you to the Bronx, it's gonna be the hole in the wall spots that we hanged out at.
Yeah,
it's gonna have the best like Italian food, like with
mm-hmm.
spots like that, restaurants and stuff. So
who got the best chopped cheese in New York?
oh my God. First of all, I'm mad that you just said that because I can't get it.
I tell you the best steak.
That's how good that is. Like you hear, I'm really from the like. That's how good
best
that
steak
is.
in New York, bro. You got to go to.
But
King's
that's just
Chop House.
and you get it right from a bodega. Like that's pretty much like the main places in Harlem. Like you see Cam and that's why I used to go up there by Cameron and all them.
Little Italy, man.
But yeah, I was right next to Little Italy. That was my stomping grounds. And but a bodega, like the best cooks in the world in New York, we used to say that. It's like you go to a bodega, like
in the back,
probably would be like he'll give you the like 3:00 in the morning. It don't matter. They'll give you the best food.
Big ass Cuban press sandwiches and shit.
Yeah,
they knocking it down, huh? Yeah. So you say you go for a chopped
yeah.
cheese right now?
Hey man, we got some bomb ass Caribbean restaurants up here, bro. Like little in the cut, little Jamaican spots.
That's what I'm looking for. Like
curry.
Yeah,
jerk, man.
I'm
oxtail.
like, that's what I was getting ready to say. I'm like, I need to find a woman that know how to make some oxtails or something.
Man.
Yo, whenever y'all ready for some soul food, it's gonna make you gain about 20 pounds. Come on, holler at me down here in Alabama.
That's what I told Cook. So I'm like, I'm gonna come down
Cooks, you
live
in a heart attack. You live in a heart attack belt. We ain't coming down there.
Straight up.
You live in a heart
Smothered
attack
pork
belt,
chops
boy.
Man, y'all know y'all like them turnip greens.
They put gravy on everything.
I like collard greens.
Turnip green, collard greens. Y'all know it's down here. The
like
cornbread, smash it up in there with the pork, throw the hot sauce.
You
know what I mean?
That's
with
the
the fried
South,
chicken, pinto beans.
Yes. Yeah,
macaroni
boy.
and cheese with gravy on it.
All of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they put gravy on everything. Why is they put gravy on everything? Cook said I put gravy on everything. So I
know
I will.
As soon as I got here, they had me try some. They had me try gator bites.
Oh yeah.
Gator bites is good.
Gator, bro, in Florida. Yeah.
Deer meat good too.
Some gator.
Frog legs is good too.
Frog legs
look like a little chicken leg, bro.
I always ran away from the table.
I never ate frog legs, man.
I tried them. I had to try them. I had because they brought the gator and the frog legs, the gator tail, and all that. I was like, I gotta try all this shit. And
you ever ate rabbit? You ever ate rabbit?
No, I ain't never ate no
rabbit. But I heard rabbit's good. I heard rabbit's good. I never ate
rabbit's like that.
Yeah.
Bro, they eat everything
with gravy.
in the South,
that's why it was good because they had gravy on top.
Armadillos in the South, they eat them.
Armadillos?
They eat them.
I gotta draw a line somewhere, bro. Listen. Once you get outside of a chicken and a duck, I gotta reference the Bible about what not to eat. Because I'm not just eating anything. I'm like, nah. Go to Deuteronomy 14:8. What did it say? Don't eat armadillo. I ain't even no meat on the armadillo.
There's some meat on there. They get it off of there. They get it off of there.
I can't.
For
I can't eat no armadillo.
They get it off of that.
Ain't no meat on no armadillo, man. Like I heard about jokers eating.
When it gets to my plate, it's gonna be meat on it.
It's gonna be gravy, huh?
I seen them make turtle. I seen them hang a turtle upside down until it fell out the shell. Like they eat the turtle, all of that.
Yeah, I seen my grandmother ate turtle. My grandma ate turtle. Yeah, my grandma ate turtle. I know people eat squirrel. I know people eat squirrel. I can't.
Squirrel,
no meat on no squirrel, man. What you gonna? Ain't nothing but bones.
Like we'll figure out how to get that meat off of there. It's like blue crabs.
Well, Cook said if you want to get the meat off of anything, you put gravy on it.
It just brings the meat out.
Yeah, it meat fall right off it.
It's hot enough.
The meat fall right off it. Yeah, I mean, like people eat snake. I don't understand. People eat snake.
Did that.
When you go overseas, like you go to Thailand and all that.
Yeah, I want to try some rattlesnake.
Japan, like they eat.
Man.
Shit, man.
Bro,
yeah,
they made it look like white breast chicken meat. That's how it look.
And see, that's how they be trying to get me. They be like, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, son.
Frog legs taste like dark meat chicken, like a drumstick, like gator.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
100%.
It's fried like chicken too.
Right, like a fried drumstick.
Hey, hold on, you a cook? You a cook? Both was like, yeah. Me and Wash looking like, huh? And both of y'all like, yeah.
Spend enough time
just like chicken. When they bring you, if you go to Reno, am I wrong? If you go to a restaurant and somebody said, "Man, they got some good," and they bring it to you, it's gonna look like fried chicken.
It looks like little mini drumsticks, man. Unless they leave the whole thing. I've seen them where they leave the feet on and all of that, making it look like frog's legs.
Yeah,
but it looked like a little drumstick. The thigh meat, calf meat, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Eating little thighs and calves, man. That's
little miniature. Look like a little.
Y'all got
like a little
crunchy.
You stand. Look like a little person,
man.
a little action figure. You know, but
I'm sorry, man.
the gator tail. Catfish is another thing that's huge in the South, but I don't fuck with.
No, I like catfish. I eat it. I tear catfish up.
It's too greasy.
Fry that joint
catfish
down, man.
See, you go back to the Bible. The Bible say don't eat catfish, don't eat shark, don't eat no fish without scales. And they don't have. And don't eat no scavengers. Don't eat scavengers. Catfish is scavengers.
Well, listen. I don't.
I
eat shark, but I don't eat shark. I eat shark.
But you know what the difference is with them? The non-scaled fish. If you notice, if you ever took a fish like regular fish, like scaly fish, there's not fat in the meat. It's just flaky white meat. There's not a lot of fat. You know what I mean? There's no fat. Catfish has chunks of fat in it. So does shark. So they're different. They don't have scales. They got like skin in it.
Oh, they are different.
They're different.
No, shark has skin. Yeah, it's like a leathery.
Yeah, it's like a sandpaper. Yeah, shark skin's like sandpaper. Yeah,
just like But catfish is good though. I don't know, man. I eat some catfish.
You fry anything up, it's gonna be. That's the thing. That's the thing. Frog legs, gator tail, catfish. You fry it, it's gonna taste like fried chicken. It's fried food, like anything. Put breading on something and drop it in some hot grease. It's gonna taste good.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Yeah, that ain't true. That ain't true.
It's just being for.
We fry blue crabs. They fry blue crabs in Virginia.
Yeah, I can eat that. I've eaten that. The soft shell joint.
Yeah.
No. Blue crab, the hard shell blue crab. Yeah, and they bread it.
You gonna eat
and
that,
they
man?
fry it. That's my thing. It's like
ain't no meat on that, man. Ain't no meat on them little ass crabs. Them crabs.
Besides that, they put in the breading on the shell, so you're not eating the shell. You just they peel the breading off and eat the breading, and then try to get that little. It's a pain in the ass, bro. I need a crab where I could pull a chunk of meat out, bro. A snow crab, you know what I mean? A king crab.
Cook said if you put some gravy on that blue crab, meat to come out.
No, I wouldn't put no gravy on no crab. Period. No.
It might be fire. It might be fire.
Yeah,
it might be. Yeah.
It might be fire.
It might be fire. What do you do after a fire? Call 911. I don't want it.
Oh no.
You keep that. No, Lord.
No, being from New York, I don't know. I could do certain foods, but not coming to the South when they was talking about going, and like that's when I was with my cousins when they was like going and getting the stuff from off the side of the road. That's when I was like, yeah, nah.
Yo, I heard about that.
Cause we in New York City, you can't eat nothing from off the road in New York. Like,
no,
definitely don't want to eat what our pets is. Our main pet in New York, so we definitely try to eat nothing from outside.
Don't want no roadkill.
People eating roadkill. Say that's good.
No,
they say that's good. That's good meat, but I ain't messing with it.
Yeah, that's
I heard people say that. I ain't messing with it.
Yeah.
I don't even like I've never even had deer, bro. I've never eaten none of this shit. Only thing I've ever eaten is exotic.
Yeah, I had deer.
Yeah,
I've never had none of that. Good. Only thing I ever had was I ate buffalo when I stayed on the Indian reservation. I stayed on the Indian reservation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I had bison. Bison's good.
Yeah, bison.
Bison's good.
It's like steak.
Bison's good.
It's like beef. I mean, it tastes like beef.
I got a couple. Matter of fact. Oh yeah. I keep bison in my freezer. Yeah, I keep that in my freezer.
Native American.
I got a couple bricks. of bison in my freezer.
Native Americans, wise. I stayed on the Native American reservation for 6 months in Santee.
That makes sense. I thought you was gonna say it's just like you and your family. I'm like, first of all,
Nah,
where are y'all even finding them? Where are you staying at?
Ooh,
Like just going
I
outside
go
in
to the
his
grocery store and get
backyard?
mine. I go to the grocery store. It's
no,
expensive.
you
It's
can
like
get bison. You
$9 a
can get it
brick,
from
man. It's expensive.
yeah, that shit's
You
expensive.
can get it from the supermarket. Yeah, I go to the supermarket. It's
Just
expensive.
bison
It's
legs
about
in
$9.
the supermarket?
Nah, it's like ground beef. They have it in like a you can get steaks and you can get it
Or
like
steaks,
in like a
yeah,
pack of
steaks. That's what I
like a
had.
pack of
Yeah,
like ground meat, like
That's
ground beef.
wild.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
made
Steak
stew.
Steak
They made stew, bro. I'm eating stew. I'm thinking it's beef stew. I'm tearing it up. They telling me it's shit buffalo, and I'm like, all
Oh
right,
man.
all right, it's slamming. It was slamming.
Like duck. I like duck. Duck is it's oily, but
Yeah.
it's good. Duck
Why
is
are you
good.
Love
eating
duck.
It's oily.
ducks though? Why
Duck
you
Duck is
good. Duck
good,
meat?
man.
Man, duck
Duck
meat
is
Like
good,
duck
good.
man.
orange
Duck is good. Yeah, you gotta
or,
try.
or
Duck
duck
meat and
Listen,
biscuits.
you gotta try some. Listen, you gotta
duck meat and
listen. When you,
biscuits.
listen,
Hell
and
yeah.
you down in
we
New
have
Orleans too. Listen, go somewhere and try some duck. Ask somebody. Say, listen. So y'all got who make the best duck down here, man?
Chinese,
Chinese people make the best duck I ever had.
Chinese,
But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
they
I
eat duck
know.
down there. Where you at.
I've
Duck
been
is
Peking
in
good
the
duck,
eating.
yeah,
I've been
I
in the
never
Peking
ate a
duck,
fancy
goose.
spot.
People say goose is good, but I never ate a goose. But duck is good eating.
Nah.
fancy
Duck
Chinese
look good.
restaurants got duck rather. They bring the whole duck out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Duck mushu pork. Mushu duck.
Mushu duck.
yeah, twice chewed duck.
ABC duck.
I
Twice
think
chewed
we
duck.
just we have entirely too much freedom in America. Why we go a little bit too hard. Like the rabbit, I don't even think I want to eat rabbits.
Hair.
Nah, I never
No,
ate no
they
rabbit,
Yeah.
bro.
there's some
I heard it's
Italian
good
ones.
Yeah,
eating,
they
but I never
rabbit.
ate it. I never
Yeah,
ate rabbit, but I
Yeah.
heard it's good. I never ate it. Never
I've
ate
been
no
they
there.
rabbit,
make
man.
I've been there.
peasants. No, I've never eaten it. I've never see deer and stuff like that when they say it's gamey. That's what I
Yeah,
don't
I
fuck
hate
with.
when people say that. That's when I'm like, nah, I'm good. Gamey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You mean rotten? You mean it tastes like it's rotten? You mean it tastes like it's
Mm-hmm.
spoiled, turning a little bit?
Listen,
I don't fucking want to eat that. No.
I'm like, cool. I know where the vampires is at out here. People
Werewolf.
just taking the meat right off the animal and just eating it.
Yeah, tearing it up, ripping it from them, not pulling it,
Right.
ripping it from the flesh. Yeah, don't even use a fork. Don't even use a fork. Just pick it up and just eat it.
They ain't even need the
like,
fish scale.
Yeah, because I be watching on YouTube. They got this joint. I be watching my favorite food something. And dude go everywhere. The guy with the red bandana, he go everywhere.
I think I know what you're talking
Man,
about.
listen. Yeah, they ate a half a cow head one time. The jaw, they had the jaw. They cooked it all up, and he picked the jaw. You see the jaw with the teeth. You see the teeth in the jaw and the eyeball sticking out. And he like,
Yeah.
and then he sucked the eyeball out. I said, man, listen.
Oh
Oh
man.
no. A little too far.
Yeah, I
Yeah, they
can't
be
do all
eating
that.
egg roll, sacks of eggs,
Yeah,
and
all that sacks
eyeballs.
of eggs and all that.
Why?
Let that
Why do we need to eat this stuff?
See, you know what though? No,
Yo,
if
I
you
can't-
talking
Some
about
people love it though. Yeah,
I
some
no
can't
people love it.
anthropology now, anthropology, going back to the original human, like nature, we didn't eat just the muscle meat back then. We ate the whole animal, the organs, all of that. And the organs is where you got most of your nutrients. Like we eat just muscles now, just the muscle meat. You know, the biceps. That's not even what animal. Like if you watch like a pack of wolves or something tear up, they first thing they do is to eat all the organs.
The first people, they eat the organs.
That's the best
That's
shit.
the best
That's
part of the animal.
Yeah,
The liver, especially the liver, the spleen,
yeah,
and the liver and the heart. That's
all
the best
that.
two parts. That's the best two parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, liver, spleen, heart. Yeah, like I give my dog chicken liver sometimes. Or I give him beef liver.
That
chop
is
it
the
up, put in his dog food.
nastiest.
But he tear it up.
See, liver. Yeah, liver. I can't
I
get
tell
with
you
it.
what, liver is also
I
good.
can't.
Like liver is good for your eyesight. Decent. Liver is good for your eyesight.
It's really good for you. That's what I'm saying though. The
No,
organs,
liver
like
is
it's
good
really
for you.
good for you. Yeah, that's
true.
where you.
That's true.
All the
nutrients.
OGs,
Meat,
all the old. Yep, grandma
you're
used
getting
to say
nothing out of
that.
that muscle. You're really not getting a lot out of that muscle. That's why everybody's so unhealthy now.
No, you're right. Because I remember how our grandparents and them, they ate all that. They cooked liver in the
Yeah, you used to say
Eat
that.
the tongue, remember cow tongue,
tongue, tripe, and all that. Yeah,
tripe.
Like,
See, that's
still
Italian.
nasty
Yeah,
as hell.
tripe.
Every time
Italians
I look
love
at-
some fucking guts, boy. Italians love some guts, pig guts, all of that shit. They love that shit. Fucking adrito and some feet.
Yeah, I
I
eat
can't mess
Italian
with that.
food, but that's the part that I'll be like,
Yeah,
I don't do because I don't do pork, so I'll be like, that's how I get out of like.
my
I'll
thing.
be
I
like,
don't do pork. That's why muffaladas I can't do it. That's an Italian thing right there. That muffalata. That's an Italian thing that Italians in Louisiana did. That's why it's a Louisiana thing too. But it's a Sicilian thing, like big ass piece of bread. That's how the bun be like that.
yeah.
But it's full of pork. It's like salami and shit like that.
Yeah,
I don't do that anymore. Yeah,
I'm always the black guy that's asking if they got chicken. I'll be like, shut up. Anybody say something? Yeah, yes, that's right. I asked for the chicken.
Yeah, because I'm not eating the pork.
Yeah, I don't eat pork. Yeah, I don't eat pork.
I rarely even do red meat. Yeah, I try to. It's mostly chicken,
beef.
fish. Yeah, I don't fuck with beef and pork that much.
Man, listen, I know cooks get all into it though.
What's that?
Cooks be out there with a knife.
What's that? Talking about beef and the pork.
Yeah, pork.
No, I just slowed down because it actually affected me one time. So I just slowed down. Like I might go to Big Bob Gibson and get a sandwich, but I ain't finna just eat the whole hog. You know what I'm saying, on Thanksgiving? Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me the ham. You know what I mean? Give me the turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
one day I ate ham or like bacon or something for breakfast, and then I had like ham sandwich for lunch. I didn't do this on purpose, and I had like pork chops for dinner, and I had the worst fucking headache all night, bro. Pork headache. It's real.
Yeah,
and they got a parasite called pork headache. Yes, look it up. I was like, "What's going on?" I started doing research, and I did this whole presentation in college about it, like why you shouldn't eat pork. It's the trichinaceae worm and all of that in the meat. It's a worm that live in the meat that goes in your brain. It's all kinds of shit. You should not fuck with pork. They can eat a rattlesnake and not be affected. Like the venom don't even fuck with them. They can eat anything. Yeah. They're like the trash compactors of fucking of nature and shit like this. And
so what about a wild boar? Would you eat a wild boar?
It's the same thing. I mean, it's not as bad, but it's the same thing. And look, if you go to the scriptures of the ancient, like the Torah, the Jews, the Muslims, Bible, all of that, don't eat anything with the cloven hoof.
Yeah, with a split hoof. No animal with a split hoof. So that's goat. Yeah. Goat is taken off the table.
Yeah, goat has a split hoof. Pork. Yeah.
Pig.
Or anything from the sea that doesn't have scales. That includes crustaceans, right? All the crabs and lobsters.
No
that's
scavenger.
The foulest shit.
Yeah. It says don't eat no scavengers.
Lobster's like a cockroach.
That's what it says. It says don't eat no scavengers of the sea. That's what it's Deuteronomy 14:8. Check it out when you get a chance. It says don't eat no scavengers of the sea, and then it goes down to name it. Like if you read
you can't take.
It says something too. It said something about the unscaled.
It says something about scales, but it says scavengers of the sea, something scales, and then it go down and start talking about different birds you can eat, and it tell you can eat chicken, certain
but not vultures.
It say don't eat a vulture, don't eat an ostrich. None of
don't
that.
Eat nothing that eats dead meat.
Don't eat an eagle. Don't eat an eagle. None of that. And people, I mean, I don't know who would want to eat an eagle, but I mean, they was like, don't eat a hawk.
They hug you.
That'd be dope.
I think eagle might. You might get hands put on you. Try to eat an eagle, and it's kind of you deserve it because that's just going a little too far.
Yeah.
You just out there.
Eagle big too. An eagle big,
huge.
Man. That's a big bird.
6 foot wingspan.
That joint is huge.
Whole Giannis Antetokounmpo eagle just out there flying.
Yeah, you trying to eat it.
The size of Giannis out there.
But like bears, because the animals, the scavengers, sharks. That's what the shark is a scavenger. They mostly look for shit that's dying or dead. Or freshly dead. Like a shark ain't really trying to kill nothing. They look for. That's why they attack shit that's splashing on the water, because it's either like a mammal or a bird or something that's splashing. That's how they hunt.
Reno, man. I be watching Shark Week, man. Sharks is made to kill some shit.
They kill some shit, but they are scavengers too. They're carnivores and scavengers. Yeah, they will eat. So anything that eats dead animal.
They built for that. Yeah, they built to know you. Like if you hurt and you in the water hurt. They got like sensors that sense that you hurt, and they come back.
Yeah, a drop of blood, bro, from miles away.
Yeah,
they can smell blood in the water.
And even if you ain't bleeding and you just limping in the water, They know you swim different, so they know.
Because
And they come after
your
you.
pattern, that's the way it's making a sound
Yeah,
in the water, like in a limping way or in a hurt way.
yeah, yeah.
You're not
Sharks is
like you favoring one side or something. You got to
Right.
hurt arm
yeah,
or something.
sharks is like the ultimate predator in the water, bro. They
Ultimate
come after
predator.
you and get you. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
but,
They like yeah.
I done ate swordfish. You know what I'm saying? I never ate no turtle though. I never ate no turtle. Sea bass. All
I
that,
ate
man.
I ate dolphin, mahi. That's not really
I
that's
never ate
dolphin,
dolphin.
but not
I ate
pork.
mine. I never ate
I wouldn't
dolphin.
want to eat a. I wouldn't want to eat dolphin. I wouldn't want to eat a dolphin.
Yeah.
Technically, a dolphin is mahi. Technically, what we call a dolphin is a porpoise. They just gave it that name, dolphin. I don't even know why, because the real dolphin is a fish, but the
It's a
porpoise,
mammal.
yeah,
Yeah, the real dolphin
mammal,
is a mammal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you a fish that I thought was weird that they eat in Florida. But they said that they was trying to find it because Florida got a lot of invasive species down there. For whatever reason, people thought they had to bring it as lionfish.
Yeah.
They said they had
See,
so
now
many,
that's
and
the poison.
lionfish had
You know what?
no natural predators down there. And they said that if you fry it up, you got to cook it to a certain temperature. You can cook
They
the
got
poison
poison.
out, and
Yeah.
you can eat it. Yeah, right. It was eating
That
it.
would
They
be
eating it down
that would be in Florida. Like everything in Florida is just like from another
Crazy.
dimension.
Yeah.
Like
there.
it's like that's how I was like everything I saw that was off when I was in Florida. I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I would imagine this is like I'm living in another this should have been a comic book. Like
It's weird because it's like New York in that way that it's a melting pot. You have people from everywhere come to Florida,
Yeah,
not just
Florida.
the country,
Yeah,
the
not just
whole
the country.
world.
Yeah. Yeah. What did
It's
Jimmy
New
say
York
when we
and
were talking
Florida.
to Jimmy? What did Jimmy tell? He said that's the sixth borough, New York.
Right.
He said that's the sixth borough in New York,
Hemp
Florida.
corridor.
Oh yeah, it's dying right there. He said, yeah, that's the sixth borough.
Yeah.
He said you got
only
all the
thing they got
55
those
boroughs
things
in
that
Florida.
they got those people down there, those extra people that I think should have been extinct was fucking alligators. I'm like, I don't want to see one. I think those are human men, like walking around like an alligator and crocodiles. I was like, yo, they're like, oh yeah, they just come up and they go to Burger King. Like they might be eating at Burger King one day, just in the parking lots. Like,
Just
I
eating
wonder if
so
people
much
really
food,
think
man.
it's like that in Florida. The only place you gonna see gators like that is in the Everglades, down in where it's the marshland, and they actually have a highway called Alligator Alley because it runs through the Everglades. So instead of deers crossing, it's alligators crossing the road and shit. Alligators be everywhere, but only down there, like up where in the cities and stuff, and on the coast around the beaches, you ain't gonna see no gator walking in the parking lot. I mean, like, but if you go a little bit inland from the beach, and anytime there's freshwater woods, you just bet there's a gator in that river or that lake. Just in your mind, just know it's there because you might not see it, but fuck around and go in that water, it's gonna pull your ass under.
Now, that was the thing. I
Play.
stayed by a little pond. It was by some water. I would not walk around it at night. Like at nighttime when I couldn't see nothing, I was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
No.
Hell no.
I was like, nope. I would not walk around it at night. I was like, nah. And my friend was like, yeah, you never know. You might just be walking and step on something hard. And I was like, yeah. After I heard that, I was like, nah, I would not. I was like, nah, my Timbs would know.
He said, you step on so hard. Next thing you know, you
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You sounded like when they like Michelle A.
Right.
That gator.
Well, them things
gator
like they don't
bite the
let go,
Michelle A
boy.
about you, boy. Yeah,
Them boy get to
gator bite
doing
the
like this
Michelle A
right
out
here.
you.
Oh,
I might have to go. I can't stay here sounding like Mr. Lay off of a gator bite.
Gator bite.
They'd be like, what was that? That sounded like Michelle A. What was that? Somebody got bit by Michelle A. By a gator. Got the Michelle A bit out of him.
Oh, shit.
Imagine a rapper with a Mr. Lay voice.
oh man.
Yo, son.
You know the crazy. She really sound like that too, bro. Yeah, she really sound like that.
Does she really sound like that? Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I thought she was playing.
This is my real voice. She was up on the stage. She was like, "This is my real voice. People think I'm."
That's messed up. You're like, stop laughing.
Yeah.
I tripped
Well,
out.
yeah,
I
man.
tripped out.
All this talking of food, and it is 9:15, and we've been rocking for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Dang, that was 2
I gotta
hours.
go get something to eat, y'all. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
All right, man. All right,
yo, this,
man.
yo, my first time here, I would say this was dope, yo. Y'all dope, man. Nice meeting
Word.
you,
It was
Stu.
good having you. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Welcome
bro.
back anytime.
Appreciate y'all
Anytime,
for letting
man.
me come through, man.
yeah,
Anytime.
Nah,
man.
man. We appreciate your time, bro. We appreciate you giving us your time, man.
Nah, man, this was dope, man. I love the talk y'all having, man. This is a dope platform. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Now I'm about to go listen to some Ghosts now. When he had the leather on, in the chest boxing video.
That's my joint right there too.
Yeah.
Joint.
Hey,
Cooks,
before
man.
we go, I want to tell you before we go, and Reno know about this. DJ Premier got another show dropping today. I was looking at where he gonna be talking about OC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Run the Jewels. Was it Run the Jewels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gonna be talking about that. So
Yeah, Run the Jewels is
y'all
dope.
check that out. Y'all check that out. You know, cause Premier tells some good stories, man.
Yeah, it's called So What's Up.
Yeah.
Right.
DJ Premier
that
got
out.
a show. So What's Up? It's dope. And all they doing is he's talking about the floppy disk. Producing everything he produced on the floppy disk. That's what the show's about. So each day, each show he pull out another floppy disk, and it'll be like, Big L, or it'll be like Above the Clouds, Inspect the Deck. The real floppy disk that he used when he made the real beat and shit. And he tells how he made it, and like the history behind the song and all of that. And then it's dope. It's dope.
Yeah,
Let me check it.
And it ain't no long video. Each one of them be like 8 to 9 to 10 minutes. It don't be long.
Yep, he keeps them short, simple, and really like rich hip hop history and culture. It's dope. Yeah, fuck
yes.
But yeah, man, and catch us back here Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be talking about Boba Fett, and then we be back Saturday. DC Power Hour. We'll be talking about Peacemaker and all of that good stuff.
Best show out there right now. Best show out there. Best show.
And your show, y'all, and the show for next Monday, y'all gonna be hosting. What about next Monday? You got a big guest coming.
Monday we got a big guest. We got John Jang, who is my favorite comic book cover artist, hands down. Super nice with it, and he gonna be out here on the 7th, so next Monday. Yeah, man. But that was the show, y'all. Thanks for coming and hanging out. God bless you. Good night. Peace.